Hello, and welcome to this new campaign, The Last Resort of Murkendraw Bog. This is a campaign set within a gorgeous bog within the Feywild, starting aboard a luxury barge. A group of fantastic characters are all brought together to help the owners, who may or may not be hags, with some problems affecting their new and very desired resort. Will they find the source of these health and safety hazards? Stay around and find out. For those of you who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here plays fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. The 5 players each have their own unique character with character sheets that tell them who they are, what they can do, what abilities they have, and what dice to roll. They will mostly be rolling a 20-sided die to see if they succeed in what they're trying to do. The higher the roll, the more likely the outcome will be in the roller's favour. 20 is good, 1 is bad, but I like the chaos that occurs with natural ones, so I like my players to roll them. And whilst they play their characters, everything else is played by me. Barges, enthusiastic cabin crew, swampy bog creatures, 80s-themed business owners who may or may not be hags. Between me describing the world and story, the players describing what they want to do, and some dice rolls to keep things interesting, we will tell our tale. I am Liz, I use they, them pronouns, and I will be DMing today for a lovely cast of players. Let's meet them now.
Hi, I'm Nat, I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Valka Heartsong, who also uses she, her pronouns. Valka is everyone's favourite granny barbarian. She protect, she attack, she always brings the snacks as well. She is an ancestral guardians barbarian. She's been on a little bit of a journey since we last saw her in Secrets of Elturel Buried, and I'm looking forward to uncovering exactly what happened during this.
Hello everyone, my name is Ali and I use he, him pronouns. Today I will be playing Teseli, your favorite blue skin tiefling, and he also uses he, him pronouns. Teseli is your glamorous, very charismatic glamour bard, but he is also a very intelligent artificer of the battlesmith, yeah? If I got it right, yeah, battlesmith kind. And he is always followed by Swifty, who is his steel defender.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns Em or Emma, and I'm playing Demi. Demi is a wizard/cleric, originally a tiefling, but recently resurrected by a hag as a hexblood. Demi is trying to figure out their place in the world, and they have some strange new powers, so they're also trying to figure out how those work.
Hi, I'm Sean. I use the pronouns he, him, and in this campaign I will be playing Joe Quixotic, who also uses he, him. Joe is a Dwergar sorcerer from the Shadowfell, a Netherese mercenary who has come to the Murkendraw Bog for a bit of a getaway, a little bit of a holiday. So look out for the tropical shirts, but also the black t-shirts and the bands on those. Joe is a shadow sorcerer, so look out for all of the creepy stuff that you've gotten used to seeing me do in some of the campaigns that I run. That's everything I'm telling you for now.
Hello, I am Rebecca. I am playing Veracity. We both use her pronouns. Veracity is a very small, obnoxiously cute gnome child. She is a wildfire druid who really just wants everyone to have a really nice time and get along, and if you aren't nice, she will set you on fire.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by UltraPro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of UltraPro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We are also supported by Warriors of Waterdeep. Take your team of warriors on a quest spanning the Forgotten Realms, all on your mobile. Power up your teams with items, work with your guild to defeat hordes of enemies, and test your mettle in the arena. And to make all of that work, you need gems! As we frequently say, the hunt for gems is real. Pop !WOW gems into chat for a link to collect free gems and get yourself that nice sword you've been looking at, or revive your heroes against a deadly foe. Download link !Warriors of Waterdeep in chat.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying. You're a DM. You've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and ! characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be a roughly 5 to 10 minute break somewhere near the middle. We run shows on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Europe, and 2 a.m. Tuesday morning in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we run TTRPG streams for 3 hours. And on Fridays, we run our talk show, Talk Together, for 1 hour. Our TTRPG streams can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but acknowledge that it does happen, and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we miss an instance of misgendering, we are open to being corrected, so please do let us know if you think that one has been missed. We use the TTRPG Safety Toolkit and encourage safe play in your TTRPGs. You may see us use pause cards, but as we edit our streams, most of our safety tools are invisible. You can find out more, including the link to the toolkit at !safety in chat, where there's also a link for content warnings. And now, let's get into that intro and get started with the show. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of The Last Resort at Murkendraw Bog. What happened last time? What happened? I'll tell you. We began in separate areas of the Misty Steps interplanar travel barge on your way to Murkendraw Bog Resort and Spa. Why were you going? To help the owners, Barbara and Celine, with some mishaps. That's all you knew, mishaps. We started with Joe and Valka by the pool. We saw Taselli taking charge in the panoramic dance hall. Demi was perusing the library and Veracity literally fell in. Through the sky, out of nowhere. It was fine, but the Veracity appearance caused the protective field of the barge to give way, and soon after it was set upon by some hungry, creepy, newt-like creatures with big teeth and glowing eyes. Roger, the cabin boy, used the Bing Bong communication system to usher the guests into their rooms, while this new band of adventurers joined on the main deck to disperse the local wildlife, which they did so pretty quickly and expertly, I believe. Demi, you cast, what was it?
Otterlix Resilience Sphere.
I'm saying that because I always forget what it's called. But yeah, so that caused the creature to kind of broop, and Valka, you yeeted it.
Much heat.
And after that, the barge arrived at the resort. You spoke with Cecilia at the welcome desk. She had a fabulous beret. And you managed to get Veracity, who was not on the list. You managed to get Veracity a room. You went to the plaza, tried to find a way into the hotel, which was this huge, bright, white structure tiered like a cake. But it was atop some mechanical, like crow's legs, that was 70 foot high. My next note is Joe decided to go for a ride on one of the legs. How did that go, Sean?
That did not go well, Liz. No, I was very much tried to be scraped off by the other leg.
But you had your shoes, your sandals.
Yes, my socks and sandals of spider climbing.
Yes. So you did pretty well there. It was fine. Anyway, Demi spoke to his patron. Rebecca, how would you describe the patron's voice?
Horrifying.
Okay, well, I've got a soothingly gross, deep male parental voice. I mean, that could be horrifying. Anyway, this voice guided Demi to the disc platform that ascended up to the lobby. It also ensured that Demi was changing their socks, which seemed very important to this patron. Hygiene is everything, don't forget.
Someone tell that to Joe, who's wearing the same pair of socks for this entire campaign because they're part of his magic item.
Maybe the voice should go into Joe's head and give Joe some advice.
Say what he likes. I can't wear them separate. They don't work.
Are they like sewn together?
Oh no.
No. Just part and parcel.
Like those shirt, like top combos, like where you just have a collar as a shirt. That's it.
Yeah.
Like the jumper,
That's
a vest
horrifying.
jumper with sleeves that are
Yes.
actually.
It's all the same garment. Yeah. You ascended to the tune of Girl from Ipanema, played on ukulele by someone called Hunk. I don't know who that is. I do know who that is. You got your keys and then proceeded to go further up into the penthouse where Barbara and Celine were waiting. You found these two 80s businesswomen. Barbara was blonde, probably the more vocal of the two. Celine had the biggest dark mullet you've ever seen and a Chanel suit that had like leaves and twigs and mushrooms sewn into the fabric. Barbara told you quite reluctantly that there were indeed some mishaps. In particular, a creature with multiple heads taking over the heated mudflats to the east of the resort, which had been cordoned off to keep the guests safe. You found out as well that the Wizarding College for Hags to the north was experiencing difficulty with their library system. It was throwing books at students. The head professor, a short Svirfneblin chap, didn't know what was going on. So maybe Barbara and Celine would hope that you would be able to find that out. You also discovered that the Expeditious Retreat Spa to the west was having intermittent problems with their massage therapists, who had been close to injuring guests with the forceful massages, though this was on and off. Nat, can you tell us what your note was about a certain individual?
Mrs. Avery had an aggressive massage.
There you go.
And this is the problem.
Need we say more?
Maybe she
anyway.
wanted an aggressive massage. Some people
Right?
do.
I did think of that while I was writing this. I was like, Liz, you need to be really careful while you're talking about massaging. Anyway, you went to your rooms, taking advantage of the mini fridge offerings, and proceeded to have a look round. Well, you're about to proceed to have a look around the plaza and some of the shops. So let us jump in with you heading down on the circular floating platforms. You are descending into the plaza. What's the groupings? So you could all fit on the same platform if you wished, but have you kind of decided to go on different platforms, or are you all together?
Have we awkwardly gone to squeeze in? I mean, well, actually, we fit in the same one already before, and that's been fine. It wasn't described as being too snug, so.
Veracity might have just hopped on top of Swifty just to save some space.
What does Swifty currently look like to Sally? Is Swifty
Still be a pony with a tombola body.
Amazing.
Nice. I think we should roll some D100s or something just to see what numbers come out. Anyway, we'll do that later. At this
When he
vantage,
attacks, we do that.
okay.
Does Valka have a bingo card that she's slowly ticking off these numbers as they fall out of
ready.
Swifty?
Amazing.
I mean, Marjorie
Spare
is at
one.
this resort, so you have to keep her out the line of sight. Marjorie the halfling with her halfling look.
Keep her away from my bingo.
At this vantage point, all of you on the same circular platform, you can see it's still busy, even though it's around 6 p.m. There are quite a few stores that have closed at this point, but there are still some shops open. The pink Feywild sky above your head sort of darkens slightly, and you see indigo and azure clouds kind of rolling in. They almost seem to sort of dance in the sky, whipped up by some kind of mischievous breeze. And as the light dims, there are motes of light that kind of start to dance around you. They seem cheeky, curious, but not malicious. They kind of dance around you. I guess.
Touch one?
Ooh,
Just out of
okay.
curiosity.
Sure. It's not specifically appropriate, but let's roll an animal handling check. The closest I could think to a mote of light.
That is a 14.
14, okay, cool. As you reach towards it, it kind of bounces towards you and kind of bounces off like a bubble. But then it seems quite interested, and you could actually get your hand out and it would rest on your hand for a while. It kind of glows intermittently.
Is it magical?
Make either Arcana or Nature check, whichever you prefer.
Probably Arcana. I'm better at that. I'll guidance myself as well. Why not? Since we're here. Oh no, I forgot what that
Veracity.
means.
Veracity help by standing there just gently poking it, going, ooh.
Sure, of course you can.
I'm helping you, Demi. There you go.
That makes it a 31, but that is including the guidance, which I forgot what that means.
God.
You go, Liz.
Okay, so Demi and also Veracity, as you both touch this mote of light in your heads, you hear, "It is a natural magic. Something that lingers in the Feywild. Like me.
It's prettier than you, though.
You know how to charm me, Demi." Veracity, do you have anything to say?
Did you hear that?
Are you okay, love?
There's a really terrifying voice in my head.
Where's it coming from?
Me.
Demi, baby.
What?
It's not okay. It's not my voice. It's just someone that
So
I'm
much
currently beholden to.
I like your friend. Demi, you only hear in your head.
Well, hands off.
I'll watch over all of you.
It's the worst.
Are you okay? Is this a problem? Are you okay?
Are you cursed?
Yeah. It's not a very straightforward answer to that, unfortunately. I mean, I guess yes, but also technically no.
If this thing is traveling with us, should we make like official introductions?
You want me to introduce you to the Angel of Death?
No,
sorry, the
thank
what?
you.
Oh, sorry, no, I missed yours. And Rebecca's
It
horror.
was just a. I'm sorry, what?
Is it too late for me to take a different lift?
Come again, my love.
Yeah.
It's a type of mushroom, I think. He's a bit grandiose.
A mushroom, not an. Okay.
No, he's not a mushroom. He's a hag.
Right. Not an angel.
Sadly, no.
Okay.
I was dead. I am no longer dead, thanks to him. And I'm not really sure if I tell you that he's not fantastic, if he's going to suddenly, drop me dead again. So it's fine.
Okay. All right. That's. I'm glad things are fine.
It's not fine.
Are you comfortable with that situation?
Okay. Well, if there's anything we can do, let us know. Is this? You say it's a mushroom. Is this a mushroom that's found round here?
I've only ever seen it in the Feywild. It's quite poisonous. He's not actually a mushroom.
Or is he?
When you say mushroom, you refer to a fungi kind of variety, or
Doesn't sound like a fun guy
It
to me.
doesn't.
No, he's not fun.
Valka's going to get out her little plants notebook and write down Angel of Death, mushroom, maybe, also hag. Investigate.
Nice. With that conversation and with that final little note taken within the book, you reach the ground. And the 3 shops that you saw previously are still open. There is Maureen's Marvellous Mementos, Ethel and Harry's Pickle Palace, and Sugar's Exquisite Cocoa Butter store. You notice as you've reached the crowds on the bottom level, there is a tabaxi with a bright orange mane who's kind of strolling through the crowds. She has various instruments sort of strapped to her back, and you notice that she's headed on over to Ethel and Harry's Pickle Palace, and she's begun to just serenade a group of woodwoads who are sitting outside. What would you all like to do? What's the plan? You tell me.
I mean, we can't resolve my issues today, so why don't we just get a pickle and eat it while we pet some chickens? Or feed it to the chickens.
Can we take some pickles for later?
I'm sure you could probably buy as many pickles as you want.
Chickens eat pickles?
No, I was going to eat the pickle whilst looking at the chicken.
Okay, right. I was going to say, mine never did. I used to have chickens, but mine never did. But I did. It might be different here, I suppose. I'm all down for pickles.
So we're not going to tackle any of the problems today. We're going to go to sleep here and then wake up here tomorrow and tackle the problems.
Well, I'm happy to go and investigate one.
No. You're all on holiday. That's fine. Holiday is good. Chickens.
I'm not on holiday. I'm on a job. Well, this job.
Sort of.
Kind of like a holiday, don't it?
I think we've not had chance to, after speaking to Barbara and Celine, have a little sit down together and discuss our plan of action and what's important. But they did say that it was useful for us to go and enjoy the facilities as well. And I think the more we know about this place, the better. So I think getting a snack, and enjoying some of the local wildlife whilst we configure a plan out would be a good idea. But it is quite late, so in the day in general, so I don't know whether people want to make a plan for tomorrow or just crack on with things. But why don't we go and get some pickles
Go
first?
have a look around at night. Things are always more interesting at night, don't you think?
Aye, and that's a good reason to not go looking around, because it's when a lot of the things that are around at night are better at doing the thing that you don't want them to do.
What Joe said.
Isn't that why we're here then?
I mean, that's one of the reasons. Not dying is one of my top priority reasons for being here.
I can help you
Agreed.
with that. No dying on my watch.
Is that something that you just do for people that you're close to? Or is that It sounds like something you'd be very busy doing if you were helping everyone not die.
Well, only people that I can see, generally.
Right, okay.
Like if you were dying right now, I'd be able to solve it.
Do you choose to? Would you be like, oh, I like Valka. Valka's wonderful. I will stop her dying. Or is it just sort of happens?
Oh no, I have to choose to.
Okay. I think you're great, Demi.
Don't worry, I
Inside
always choose to.
That's very kind of you, thank you.
And Joe, don't worry. I think we are all safe as long as we stay together. I think we demonstrated good teamwork. So yeah.
Stay together. Stand behind Valka.
To be honest, I've heard that a mud bath on the moonlight, it's perfect for the skin.
Really?
I'm on board. With a pickle in hand, obviously.
Wait, wasn't the mud bath the multi-headed thing though?
3 heads in the mud bath.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Well, if we go there, there'll be 8 heads in the mud bath.
Honestly, that sounds like the most straightforward one to deal with. The other two seem to have elements that we're not really sure what's going on. It's just aggressive massages and flying books. So if we know there's a creature in the mud bath that needs to not be in the mud bath, that sounds straightforward.
And there was also a theatre, so, if we happen to catch some culture while we're out here.
Oh, yes. Sounds like a good plan. Shall we pickle?
Let's pickle.
I love that pickle is now the
Verb.
the verb de jour. Yes. Cool. All right, Ethel and Harry's. The queue has reduced, but it's still pretty busy. As you approach about 10 foot away, you see a boggle waiter come out wearing a fantastic mint green short sleeve shirt. The shirt itself is covered in smiling pickles. They're all doing a thumbs up. He is carrying a lot of plates, all of which contain pickles. And he kind of approaches the wood woads that you saw earlier. You watch as they begin demolishing these pickles. Though in a really strange way. They tip the pickles from the plates onto the ground, stomp on them with their little feet, mashing them, and then you see their little roots dig in to the mush and begin consuming it that way. What are you doing? There are doors with which you can go into the palace itself, or you can catch a waiter.
Can I just get a clarification? You said that the waiters had pickles on his shirt. Do you mean like embroidery or literally just hanging pickles? like a wreath of pickle necklace, sort of.
Oh no, that's a clarification I didn't know I needed.
The answer is yes.
Yes, make a perception check, Joe.
We'll do that. Oh, I have advantage on that. Why do I have advantage on that?
Because of your magical
see.
item.
Yes. Well, that is either an 18 or a 17. I'll take the 18.
Sean, you tell
Why
me.
not?
You tell me what this shirt looks like.
Oh no.
Bit of both.
Yes. Nice. How long do you think those pickles have been there on that shirt? The actual real pickles. How long have they dangled there?
They're dried.
Nice.
Like painted
In
green.
serious need of repickling.
This poor cucumber has been pickled and dried.
Yep. But it's smiling and doing a thumbs up, nonetheless.
We know it's weeping on the inside.
No moisture left.
Oh, Joe, if you wanted some culture, it looks like you could maybe stomp your pickle into the ground and then sort of eat it from there.
I don't think I've got feet mouths, though.
I've never had a pickle. Is that how you eat pickled?
No.
Not traditionally, no. Is that how
Okay.
you're supposed to eat them here?
Valka, you could make some kind of check if you wanted to. Roll for pickle check. Let's see.
For
Some
pickle
kind
knowledge? Insight?
history.
No?
History. It's kind of intelligence based, I think.
It looks like there's plenty of culture
Or
growing on
nature.
those pickles.
Nature check or history. Nature or history.
I mean, well, if that's nature, then that's 12, but intelligence history, that's an 8.
Oh, we'll stick with that nature. As far as you're aware, there are creatures that do eat things differently to the way humans would or any other sort of humanoid race would. But you've never tried eating pickles with your toes. But you're not quite sure how that would work.
No,
But-
I don't think I have feet mouth either. foot mouth, feet mouths.
Foot and mouth.
But I'll leave that
Definitely
option
not
up to
that.
you. This is our story, folks. So you can eat with your feet if you like.
I think I'll stick with the traditional way.
They do look delicious though. We should not the ones on his shirt, but we should head in.
Liz, important. Do the actual real pickles have faces on them?
You tell me, Nat.
Well, I feel like the setup is that they have to, yes.
In that case, they have to, yes. You all enter this place to the smell of brine and vinegar. That is the waft that you get when you enter. The Pickle Palace seems to only serve pickles, and only pickles. The waiter that was outside kind of comes back in with the empty tray. There are other short creatures behind the counter. Think McDonald's, fill it with pickles, and that's what you get. The waiter kind of notices you hanging out.
Sorry.
Oh, hello.
Just one question. The tabaxi bar was still outside, right?
The tabaxi bar kind of moved over when they started eating. He is milling around outside. Sorry, she is milling around outside, but did move away once the woodwows started eating. But yeah, this little bubble has approached you. Welcome to Ethel and Harry's Pickle Palace. My name is Giblet. Can I interest you in the pickle supreme and pickle chips, the pickle platter, or a pickle bucket for those who really want the fully loaded pickle experience? Every pickle comes with a smile, and we hope to put a smile on your face.
I think it'll have to be the pickle bucket.
If you're not feeling very peckish, there is the single pickle pick-me-up, which is just 1 gold piece.
Gold piece?
It restores vitality.
Oh.
Does anyone want to make a history check?
Yeah.
Yes, I've been in the Feywild, so I will
Sure.
do.
20 non-natural.
23.
Oh, okay. Those of you who peruse through your mini fridges in your rooms, you notice that these pickles were in there. When you eat them, they restore 1 HP. Like a good berry, but a pickle.
I will take the pickle fillet with the side of pickle fries, please.
No problem. And he writes that down for you. Is there anything else I can get you that is pickle related that will put a pickle smile up on your faces?
I'll have a pickle supreme, I think.
Pickle
Pickle
soup,
fries. What
Pickle fries.
does it come with a drink?
I've got some brine water if that's what you would like, and if not, I've got a pickle cocktail
Can I have a pickle cocktail, please?
or a pickle pop.
Just the cocktail.
Okay, pickle cocktail. And for you, sir, what would you like? The pickle brine, the pickle cocktail, or pickle pop?
I want the bucket and skinny pickle fries and just a little bit of brine. And could you have like some habanero sauce? Or it's that like
I'm just gonna roll for
hot
Giblet.
pickle sauce?
I'll certainly rustle something up. He rolled a 5. We're gonna have to see what you're gonna get to sell him.
Poison.
Just
Yes.
1 chili on top of the pickles.
With a smile in its face and a little tear.
They're like a pickle milkshake or something.
I don't think we should be mixing lactose with the pickles, but they might split, but I could certainly try.
Pickle smoothie.
I could ask the woodwoads to mush something up for you in the back if you'd like.
I went in there. Go ahead.
Okay.
Rusty, anything for you?
Demi, they've got faces. Are they sort of sentient and conscious?
I just say, I love how Veracity's experience so far appearing in this place is just horror. There's pure horror.
She was such a happy child 2 campaigns ago. Look what you've done to her.
It looks very much to me like the pickles' faces have been carved in. Like,
Okay. If
So
you're
much
trying,
better.
because you know, eating plants is bad enough when you've talked to them, but if they're talking back as you eat them, that's a little.
Well, please do not try to talk to these.
Well, we still eat other animals, but it's fine.
I wasn't going to.
what's the person whose name I've temporarily forgotten? What's
Giblet.
Giblet. Gimlet?
Giblet.
Giblet. What's the story behind the faces? Veracity would like to know before she eats one.
Well, there was an old lady called Ethel. This is sound like a limerick. It's not going to be.
Disappointed if it's
I'm
not
not
now.
that good. I'm not that good.
You can do it, Liz. Shall we pause and you can come back in an hour?
It's going to end up with brothel, so
What
maybe
rhymes
not.
with Ethel?
Brothel.
Brothel.
Methyl.
Ethel.
Peckle.
There was an old lady called Ethel whose husband Harry was
He fell.
Ethel. No. So
Peckle.
there was an old lady called Ethel, and her husband Harry passed away, and she was so sad. But what she liked the most was his beautiful toothy smile. So she decided to start pickling pickles, and when she did, she decided she should draw a smile or carve a smile into every single pickle that she ever sold, to bring joy to other people like Harry brought to her.
That sounds like a lot of extra effort.
She enjoyed it. She liked the busy work. She didn't have
Okay.
many friends.
And is she working here?
No, she's in Dusk Falls.
Oh, right. But you're carrying on the smiley faces in her honour?
She's got a franchise. She's been branching out. It started off as just one woman, and now she's got 50 chains.
Good. Well, good for her.
I've never met her, but I would very much like to before she dies.
Sally will look around to see if there is like a picture or like a.
Ooh, make an
painting.
investigation check. Make an investigation check. Just want to make sure with Emma that was right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Close enough.
This was last year when we had that campaign, so I was like, oh god.
Non-natural 20.
Oh, okay. Yes, Sally, you noticed that within the pickle wallpaper, there are quite a few paintings. And one bust of an older lady. Satyr?
No,
Ethel-
she was a boggle.
Oh, Boggle. Excuse me, Boggle. I knew she wasn't human. An older Boggle with like quite big, voluminous hair, but that's been, old ladyfied. And she's there holding quite delicately in the paintings pickles at different angles. One of them, she's looking quite stern. Another, she's smiling. And you swear the eyes are slightly following you wherever you walk in this space.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Creepy too far.
Liz's campaigns.
Is there a booth that we could all sit, like sort of round?
Oh, you meant like a photo booth? You could take a photo with the.
I mean,
There could be.
Well, I thought we were gonna take the pickles away and watch the chickens while we ate them.
Yeah, and then we
Kids
can
are good.
take any remaining ones to the mud baths and eat them while we bathe. And potentially
Pickles, not chickens.
dispatch.
I
Not
was
the
gonna say, I'm
chickens.
not sure I want to bathe in the pool until we've figured out what the problem is with it. But yes.
So just make sure our order to take away, please.
That's fine. And Giblet goes and begins to put your order through. Is there anything that you'd like to just have a little chat about while the order's prepared? Or do you want to try and find some kind of photo booth in here?
Just an artist, just hurriedly, just
I
get in there.
want the fan art.
They're like I'm just imagining like a McDonald's, as that's what we've set this up as.
Yes.
Like in the 90s style McDonald's, where you got like the plastic case on the side with all the Happy Meal toys.
Yeah, and
they're all like, they're all pickles. There's like one in a little car that you pull back and it shoots forward.
Like a little
The car is
wind-up
also
one.
a pickle.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Is
Yes.
there a playground?
There is, yes. All the kids that come here with their parents, they spend most of their time in this playground. There are the sort of springy backwards and forward rides, all look like pickles. A slide somehow fashioned to be a pickle. There's like a splash pool as well, which you swear is containing brine and pickles just bobbing on the surface.
Ooh.
Teseli touch himself, cast reduced, and at the same size as Veracity, looks at her and says, I'll race you, and start running to the playground.
Nice, a race. Let's go for a dexterity saving throw from both of you. Let's see who gets the head start.
Oh no.
Not natural 20.
Can I beat that? 13.
Teseli, you are first off the mark. You race towards, where are you going towards?
Is there like a swing?
Sure. Yes, a pickle swing. Veracity, are you following suit or are you going to a random other area? What's the plan?
It depends. Is there a seesaw?
Of course there is. There's currently a small dwarven child just kind of sat there glumly because no one else is soaring with them.
Hello, would you like a friend on the seesaw?
Oh, okay.
Veracity will bounce.
Cool. So the rest of you, while this is happening, what are you doing?
I mean, Joe looks at the other two, just kind of like, eh?
Oh,
Someone needs to wait to get the order.
I was going to ask some questions. Is the employee still there, or is there someone else there?
The employee is coming back at regular intervals to kind of stock up your tray of things to go. So Giblet will return.
While you're here,
Yeah.
has anything odd happened in this shop? Like anything, moving where it's not meant to, or things going missing, or someone randomly sticking their head through the wall? Just anything out of the ordinary.
He's going to do a history check because that's a very random question.
Can I give him?
Sticking their head through the wall sounds like McDonald's at 2 a.m. anyway.
There's a recent incident where I live of like some literal, almost children, like 12-year-old girls getting taken away at a McDonald's for hitting not a police officer. What are the ones that aren't police officers?
Community support.
For hitting a community support officer, but she was like 12. Anyway, he rolls okay on his check. No, but we've had a couple of incidents recently. There was a lady called Mrs. Avery who she did not have a smiley time at the expeditious retreat.
I'm aware of Mrs. Avery. Any others?
No, not that I know of.
Is Mrs. Avery still staying here?
No, this was a couple of weeks ago. No one told me what it was, but I had to give her a free pickle platter. But she seemed quite happy after that.
We had to give anyone else a free pickle platter?
Only if it's like a special occasion, like a birthday or a wedding. Or a funeral.
Has it been any weddings or about to be any weddings?
Let me just check the calendar. He goes into the back. Comes back with all your remaining food.
I'm just thinking some of the pre-wedding parties can get quite out of hand. It could all just be some pranks.
That's true. It could just be a very extreme bachelorette party.
He comes back. No, there aren't any weddings coming up.
Okay.
We had one again sort of a month ago, but nothing recent.
Well,
fair enough.
Thank you for these. We'll go and eat them.
The Pickle Palace does also offer wedding services and ceremonies, if that's something that you would want. He's speaking to you, Valka, right now.
Oh, no, I'm all right, love, thank you.
Are you sure? Because I can do the service. I'm very trained and I'm licensed.
Oh, no, sorry. I've been there, done that, and I'm all right, thank you.
But just as a sample, what would that sound like?
We are humbly gathered here today, witnessed by Ethel and all of her pickles, to join in the celebration of, what was your name? He points to you, Valka.
That's Valka.
Valka.
Valka. What's your name? He points to you, you, Demi.
Oh, Joe.
And Joe, Valka and Joe together here in...
This isn't legally binding, is it?
No, you'll have to sign a contract once I'm finished.
Oh, well, no, we don't need to finish, but it's very skilled of you to both run the service counter here and ceremonies.
Well, my name's Giblet. I've had a smiley time, and I hope you have too. And do let me know if you want to get married or if you wish to have a funeral service carried out by myself.
We will. Thank you.
Giblet.
He bows quite emphatically towards you and goes on about his
Here we
business.
go again.
Can I just quickly insight whether he actually is having a smiley, happy time?
Sure, go
Doesn't
for it.
sound like he's having a smiley, happy time.
The meal in total is 10 gold pieces. So I don't know who wants to pay for that, but whoever pays for it, pay for it. I'll trust you.
I don't even know how much money I have.
Oh, I'll cover it this time.
Joe, what was your insight roll?
It's only 11.
11. Yeah, he seems pretty happy and genuine. He doesn't seem upset or anything.
Right.
All right, now we got the...
Was that sarcastic?
No, it's hard to tell. No. That was me being honest.
Now we got the food. They're having a very fun time.
Well, if we go stand by the chickens, eventually they'll get tired and come over.
So that's a no.
Do you want to play on the playground as well, Joe?
I do.
You just want a pickle between your legs.
What?
Excuse me.
Sorry. All of the toys are pickles. Did you not see?
It might be worth checking if you have to be a certain age. Although I suppose Teseli is I don't know.
Maybe a certain height.
Maybe. They're probably a bit small for me, but you might be all right, Joe.
Yeah, that's what you think. I'm going to twin cast Enlarge Reduce, but reduce on Valka and on Demi. Because George is already... Joe's already...
Do I not get a saving throw?
Oh, you'll have to tell me if unwilling, yes.
I need to find out which...
Oh, it's such a waste of magic. I'm going to counterspell.
What's your twin spell of third level? Was it third level or lower?
Does that mean it doesn't work?
Yes.
Yeah, I was only casting it at second. Does that mean it doesn't work at all, or just on Demi?
Doesn't work at all, I believe. That cancels out the spell itself, which was twinned. However, I'm feeling lenient, so...
Oh no, Joe's just going to recast it this time on Valcon himself.
No objections to that.
What is the saving throw? Because I don't think she realises what's happening.
I can't find it. Can't I find it? Constitution.
I think what this looks like is you cast a spell, I catch it and throw it back at you, and then suddenly you're small.
That's a 25, Sean.
Oh well, I just shrink. Suit yourself, and I'll run off.
What just happened?
And now the only party remaining are Demi and Valka. That's when everything goes down, and the rest of you just are having a great time in the playground. Sorry, Joe, what's going on?
I'm gonna jump on the seesaw with the.
There's another child on there.
I think the dwarf child is gone. The dwarf child is still there. Veracity is gone, and she is on a trampoline.
You've got a friend.
She's really nice. Bouncing.
Probably the same voice, but very. You got a friend.
Hi.
Sally is in the swing, and they'll just go one full round, jumps into the air, and then falls into the seesaw, and probably just because of the energy, jumps into the air, and then when he falls down, the Celis starts growing up back, and it's like, oopsie, time's up, and slowly gets out of the playground.
Nice. Can I just get a dexterity saving throw for all of that happened? It was beautiful, but I just want to know how well executed it is.
That's a non-natural 20.
Oh yes, you did everything you said and more. Your flourishes are gorgeous. Your wings kind of come out as you sort of descend. You're gorgeous. It's fine. How long does Enlarge Reduce last?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, cool. So Veracity and Joe, do you want to tell me what happens as you begin to restore to your former sizes? Well, Veracity, you're fine. Joe, do you want to tell me what's happening as you restore to your former size?
It's significantly less fun for the dwarf on the seesaw.
It just stops going up and down.
Right, time's
I
up.
think
Got
she
to put
might
another
have
coin in.
I think you on the descending part of the seesaw, you return to your former size, which does actually send this small dwarf quite substantially quite high in the air because she was not expecting the weight and was not holding on. She doesn't take any falling damage, but she kind of plonks back where she was before and just laughs so loud, especially since that all happened and then you're like a big size again. Veracity, what's going on?
I'm having a bounce on a trampoline. The grown-ups are being weird, but that's a trampoline. I haven't been on a playground in an incredibly long time.
Please don't set it on fire. Please don't set it on fire.
Please don't say
Really
it.
good point. When Veracity gets a bit excited, I might roll a saving throw.
Do it.
What class of saving throw should I roll, O Great and Mighty DM? Wisdom?
That's a nice word.
I have plus 10 to wisdom, so the children are probably safe.
The children would always be safe, but yeah, we'll go for wisdom.
Natural one.
Becca.
It's still an 11, but that wasn't that one.
Can you tell me what ride you were on again? The trampoline. Okay, so you do your final bounce, you go really high up into the air, and as you plummet down, it's like, when you see spaceships returning to Earth and they're going through the atmosphere. That's you right now. You are descending at such force that you actually go through the trampoline because you burn through it. You burn through the atmosphere of the trampoline. There is now a Veracity-sized hole in the center of the trampoline. People are starting to look. Veracity, what are you doing?
I would like to pop out Sparky, but at the maximum distance from me, which I think is 30 feet, and go, "He did it!" and run away.
May I have a deception check? Are any of you watching, and do any of you want to contest that deception?
No.
Okay.
I don't mind my party. It's for all the disapproving parents. Rusty doesn't like disapproving parents.
Okay.
It's 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you pull that one off fairly well. No one assumes otherwise as you return to the rest of the group.
Is there a fire extinguisher?
Sure. There is a D&D version of a fire extinguisher.
Or if possible, maybe some leftovers on the table, some brine, and then just pour it out.
Yeah, there's also the playing pool as well. So Stella, you'd be able to do whatever you want with.
Yeah, just to put some water in the trampoline.
Yeah, you're able to do that. The fire is extinguished. Demi is, I believe, still currently holding everyone's food.
Yeah, I was going to say, as soon as Joe ran off and we can see that there's fun happening, and I think Valka doesn't know how long Enlarge Reduce lasts. So unless you wanted to do anything particular, Valka probably would have turned to Demi. Did you say that you knew or had met or know of Drisilda the Conservator?
Yes.
I think you're muted.
I spoke really quietly. I said yes.
You recognise the porcelain face, right?
I've met her.
You've met her? What?
She's not very nice.
No, right, good, okay. I was going to ask what your experience had been.
She was very powerful. I was also trying to steal something from her. Well, for research purposes. It didn't go well for me.
I'm gonna... When you say it didn't go well, do you mean...
Yes.
Right. Oh gosh. It's Veracity's story to tell, but we have also had a run-in with her as well. You might have been able to tell, obviously we were asking about her before, so we know what she can be like. We came away from it better than you did, though. I'm really sorry.
It is what it is.
Okay, well that's good to know. I said before, if there's anything we can do to help, then
I wouldn't go after her. if I were you.
Oh, that is not the intention. The intention is to speak to some higher ups,
Be careful.
if that's possible.
It's not the same as the material plane here.
Right. If someone were cursed, trying not to glance at veracity, if someone were...
I mean, my passive insight is 18.
Yeah. Valka is not very subtle. If someone were perhaps cursed by a very powerful Fae person, I was on the assumption that there were courtly people here that we might be able to speak to about getting it stopped, but do you not think that would be a good idea? I don't know much about
What's
curses.
my sense here of, like, if you were cursed by one Fae, could it be cured by a different one? I'm happy to roll.
Yeah, should we go with some form of history or intelligence-based check?
Thank God. Yeah. I will guidance. I feel like it's going to be useful in this situation, maybe.
Preparing myself.
Sorry, that's cocked. 1 sec. That is it's a 15 with the guidance.
Okay. The Fae monarchs are powerful. More powerful so than others. Especially those with porcelain faces. Does that answer your question?
I think he said no.
Oh. Right.
He kind of said yes.
You might need a very powerful Fae.
Well, that's who we were hoping to find.
Equivalently powerful, equivalently dangerous.
Okay. But doable.
I wouldn't do them if I were you. That's probably entering a bargain you don't want to be
On
part
the
of.
word bargain, Demi, in your head you hear deals are everything.
Deals are really bad. Don't make any.
Okay.
Like what we have.
Well, what she's got going on is pretty bad, so it needs sorting. I think it's possibly like mid this conversation we don't get a chance to fin. Like, it's only a minute of time that we have.
You get interrupted by wee.
Yeah.
Pickles. They are. I am holding them.
Yes.
Yeah, they are going slightly lukewarm at this point. Taseli, you do notice that you have got a mushroom on top of yours, which is covered in what looked to be some kind of very hot chili flake. And you all each receive 1 free pickle pick-me-up.
Oh, lovely.
So to confirm, there's a single pickle pick-me-up, which restores 1 HP.
Veracity would like to approach the counter with her pickle pick-me-up and go, "Excuse me,
Hello.
This is very kind. Could I swap this for that?" And it's the pullback car with the little pickle in it.
Oh, I'm sorry, that should have been included in your meal. And he just passes it to you.
Thanks.
Have a smiley day.
Yes.
Right, should we go find some chickens then?
I feel like Valka's been desperate to leave. Like if you've been in McDonald's too long with kids, you just need to be out of there as soon as you can. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Somewhere that doesn't smell of brine, maybe. And is it still? Did it come back in?
Mm-hmm.
And also, maybe we could just pick up a chicken and take it with us to the mud baths. That's a terrible idea.
Yes. But
Don't
pick up a chicken.
Don't help my feelings, Valka. Don't flatter me.
So you begin to make your way across the plaza to Sugar's Cocoa Butter Shop, which is where all of these chickens are. There are loads of chicken coops outside, and you see these odd little chickens kind of scratching at the ground. Their plumage is sort of various blues and greens with long, ridiculous tails, and they're kind of chasing each other in a playful way. The door is open and you see quite a muscular half-elf come out. He's got this crop top on with short shorts, and he's got a big sack of grain, which he kind of pours out to the chickens, and they all get very excited. And you see he's fully shaved apart from his face and head, but his skin looks gorgeous. And as that door is open, the smell is amazing. It complete contrast to the pickle shop. Sort of lots of subtle but pleasant fragrances are coming out of the shop. And he kind of notices you as you begin to walk on up.
I'm just looking for a sign that says no food allowed.
Oh, you do not see such sign. You should be okay.
Remind me why we went to the pickles instead of this place.
But now we have food and a view.
We were hungry.
He notices who's first. What's the marching order for this shop? Are you all like in a Marvel line? Or
Yeah, in like a club, like walking, cloaks billowing behind us.
It is
slow motion eating pickles.
How wide is the doorway? Just crashing into each other.
now is enough. It's large enough for us.
Are there not like seats outside where the chickens are?
Not really. There's like barrels and crates that could be sat on, but there isn't any specific seating. It's not you get the vibe, it's not so much a petting zoo, it's more of a coop. You get the impression that within is where the party's at. Outside's just where the chickens happen to be.
Are the chickens important in your cocoa butter making?
Are you asking the owner? Cool. Well, the cacao birds are the reason behind the cacao butter. They produce it, and he picks up one of the more tame cacao birds, and he's got this thing under his arm, and he just kind of pets it, and off its tail comes this kind of moisturizing grease, which he just begins to, if he is allowed to grab your hand.
Sure. Why not?
He rubs it into your hand, looking into your eyes.
Oh, it's one of those awful craft fairs where people are like, let me put the things on you.
Yes.
To be fair, craft fairs aren't awful. Just the bit where people are like, can I put my product on you?
Can I touch you with my hands?
Yeah.
Cacao butter is sold here along with other moisturizers, balms, energizers, or something to just give you a bit more zhuzh. This is just the basic cacao butter in its raw form.
I would like
zhuzh. If you come inside, I will fetch you some zhuzh. Come with me. And he welcomes you all into the shop. Do you follow? You can stay outside with the chickens. It's up to you. You can do it.
Oh, yes. Follow.
Okay. You follow. The shop is amazing. It smells beautiful in here. There are rows and rows and rows of jars, each labeled very delicately. A couple of the smaller, more elaborate cages on the floor. The birds in here are kind of roosting, sleeping. There's the odd small little chick version strutting about on the floor and just having a little cute time to itself. This fellow, this gorgeous half-orc, the kind of cute tusky grin, motions across you. It kind of looks like a salon in here almost. There's seating next to counters. Let me walk you through some of the available products. We have the rustic and refined, like what I just applied to your friend here, but, with a scent applied. The standard moisturizers, daytime, nighttime, the everyday range. And he brings out a couple of other tubs. This one's made of wood, like cedar wood, and he opens it. Kind of like an elderwood, but anyway, he opens it up. This is a balm that I call First I Was Afraid. It has magical properties.
It doesn't petrify people, does it?
As an action, you may use one application to unpetrify another creature.
Okay.
Yep.
Why would we ever need that?
Why wouldn't
I feel
you
like we
ever
probably need to buy quite a lot.
You don't have to. It's just there.
Can we have shares in it?
The next, he brings up to you the energizing unguent, rubbed on the face, applied to the face, removes 1 point of exhaustion per application. The next, and he kind of lingers his eyes across all of you as he opens this one up. And like a very fine pink powder kind of erupts as he takes the lid off. This one's very special. This one is called Curse Remover. Physical skin afflictions only, or visible curses. One use must be applied to the site of the curse. The next, and he tries to avoid looking at Valka at this point, to be polite.
She's probably busy, like, just giving Veracity, or try to be subtle, giving Veracity a little pat on the back.
Yeah.
Drops of youth, the oil of life. And he opens it up. 2,000 gold pieces, but one application takes 2 years of aging away instantly and permanently.
Well, don't hold it too close to Veracity.
He kind of just pulls that away. Is there anything I can rub onto you today?
The silly flushes.
Love DMing. Like shit you would never say in real life, you find yourself saying in this game. Carry on, Teseli.
The one of removing curses, that is quite an interesting one. This is for research, you know. I wonder who is your supplier, or who is the one that elaborates this beautiful moisturizing product.
And he motions very gently as if to stroke your face, and kind of as if he's about to stroke your hair back behind your beautiful horn, and just pulls out a flower and passes it to you. It's me, darling.
Oh, I'm impressed about all the products. I wonder if there is a way to enhance a specific product so we made it more powerful.
What sort of product are you thinking? Will it revitalize the skin or give you a good glow?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, for example, if some client would be having a problem with a curse, which is really potent, just to remove it, you know?
I deal with physical application. So if the curse was physically causing problems, I would certainly suggest a curse remover, but I can't do anything. How do I be more powerful?
Do you have like a sibling or a business associate that could do like...
You're asking to talk to the manager.
Or are you trying to pick up another family member? Let's go with persuasion, Teseli. Let's go with some kind of, you're asking.
That is a natural 20 for 33.
Oh, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, but we've not talked in a long time.
I mean, what if Teseli started like putting some products in the back? I don't know how much do I have to buy from this so you feel comfortable talking about that?
Please don't take so many free samples. I only have so much. You're that person. Okay. I could certainly see if I could get their shard.
The what?
Their shard. A way of contacting more powerful people.
Oh. Okay.
But it would take some time.
We will be here for a while, right?
Teseli and Demi, could you both for me please make a history check?
Ooh. I did use guidance, but it's a 21. 31.
Okay.
22.
22, all right. You're only guiding yourself, right, Demi?
Yes.
Okay. Teseli, you know that there are powerful Fey creatures within the Feywild, and they have to be able to communicate with each other. The most important are the Fey Magisters or the Fey Monarchs. There's the Shard network, and most of these powerful creatures each have their own shard, which is how they used to communicate to each other. Demi, in your head, you hear, Demi, you've seen my shard. You've
It reminds me.
I don't like to use it often, but it's sometimes the only way. That's what you would both glean from that.
Who would you contact on the Shard network, just out of interest?
Well, I don't know their name, but I've heard of them. They have like a very powerful presence. They can bestow curses and take them away, but they can't take away the ones that they've done. I think something about conservation. Drew.
That's not going to be helpful
Drew,
in this instance. Or maybe
Drewson something.
Drusilda, the conservator.
Yes, something like that. Anyway, do you want me to try and?
No.
He looks so confused. Like he's done his best to rack his brain to kind of remember who told him about this person, and.
But we will take one each of all of the things, apart from maybe the Serum of Youth, unless anyone particularly wants it. And you can put it on the Angel of Death's tab.
Demi, in your head, you just hear. Cool. Okay, so on the Angel of Death's tab, there is currently 900 gold pieces worth of moisturizer.
The special ones, the non-petrifying.
Yeah, you have First I Was Afraid, the Energizing Unguent, and Curse Remover.
Great.
They're 300 each.
500 for Curse Remover, 200 for Unguent, and 200 for First I Was Afraid.
Gosh, that's very generous of the Angel of Death.
How do I speak to them?
How does he contact you?
I'll contact him when the time is right.
Oh, God.
Usually just a few moments before the silence comes.
Great. He'll be in touch with you.
Oh, okay. I'll look forward to it.
Stay healthy.
He's going to roll an insight on that. Oh, he rolled a 3. I will. And it begins profusely rub moisturize on his skin.
Is it all the anti-aging one? Nope, not getting me.
He does look over to it, but he doesn't rub that on himself. Please, I know your friend has taken quite a few samples, but if you want to take any more, please. We've got some.
Do you have anything not as potent as some of the wonderful things that you've got there, but I've got very calloused hands, you see. It's been a lot of years of hard toil, and whilst I don't want them to soften up in terms of getting blisters or anything, because I do need to still use them. Axes, you see. It would be nice if you've got just a little something.
He takes your hand, if you will allow.
Oh,
and just while you're talking, he begins just stroking it.
Oh,
your hand, and he begins to apply some of the rustic and refined moisturizer. It does not over moisturize, but it does make your skin less cracked, less firm, but still strong.
That is a wonder.
It smells of sort of fragrant wood. It doesn't smell flowery. It smells. Yeah. It smells like you remember what it was like when you were running through the woods and smashing goblins. That sort of. It takes you back.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want some of that as well?
Oh, I can get that, Demi. Thank you, though.
These are multi-use 5 gold pieces tin.
I'll take one. Thank you.
And he gives it to you in the cutest little paper bag that's got a little stamp with a cacao bird stamp on the front.
Great. Well, now we can.
How I'm spelling that.
Go see about the mud baths.
Is everyone eating?
Yeah. Well, I drank.
I'm eating all the time.
Same thing.
You catch Joe kind of trying to feed a pickle chip to Shadow, and Shadow just.
As that happens, Joe, do you want to just make a dexterity saving throw, because that little chick is making a beeline for the pickle that your Shadow is trying to eat.
Oh no!
Dexterity saving throw.
Like Naruto run.
Only 11.
How well behaved is Shadow with little chicks around?
Again, Joe?
There's an 11 on the dex save.
Okay.
I think Shadow's well behaved.
Okay, good. I was going to repeat that. Okay, cool. Shadow kind of spits half of the pickle out, and in that moment, that half of the pickle and the bit remaining in your hand is snaffled up by this little tiny chick that then scurries off and begins pecking at it on the floor. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sheila is quite something.
She's adorable.
She's gorgeous.
Very
I know
sweet.
she's very hungry.
And do you raise all of the chickens as well as running a shop? You must be very busy.
From the egg, yes. I enjoy my work. It's a passion of mine. Like, every time he talks with any of you, he is looking into your eyes. He is giving you serious, like, those vibes. You're getting those vibes every time he talks.
We should go, but just if you want to stay enjoying your life and your shop and your work, don't contact Drusilda Jamface. Don't do it.
Okay. Thank you, small girl. And he gives you like a child-sized sample.
I don't want to get any younger.
No. This is just, to keep you fresh.
Okay.
The stuff you put on my hands, love.
Sure.
Keep it for when you're a little bit older, maybe.
Veracity, if you like, I will say that your child sample you could use as one spell of the grease variety if you wanted to. I will allow you with your sample to use that as the grease spell. So if you want to apply that to the floor, you can do that.
Amazing.
For the lols, why not? Let's go.
Or we could go back to the playground. On the slide.
Yes. Is that Rebecca just trying to work out what you could do with the grease spell?
That was Rebecca working out what you could do with it and resisting temptation.
Nice.
For now.
What are we doing, folks? I think you have got as many free samples as you're going to get.
Joe will just kind of go to pet a chicken on the way out, just like, got to sanitize.
Yep. It does also act as some kind of like antibacterial as well, so yeah, you're good.
Good to know.
It kind of nuzzles your little hand as you kind of retract it from petting.
Cute.
Oh.
Do we want to go and find a mudbath monster now, or you all did magic to make yourselves bigger and smaller? Do you need to sleep?
No, I'm fine.
I still have some juice.
I've got plenty.
It's okay.
I will check. It was the time in the hotel talking to the managers and having a little sit down. Does that count as a short rest?
You had a short rest in your rooms, yeah. You kind of
Yeah. I didn't put it on me on the character sheet, so I'll just do that.
As you exit the shop, who's first? I'm gonna assume it was Joe, kind of leaving first, petting the chicken, the cacao bird, as you did. Mm-hmm. Could you tell me what your passive perception is, please?
Passive only 11.
11.
But I do have an advantage if I'm actively looking around.
It's not really something that you would be looking for. I will say you hear before you see. The first thing you actually hear are the other guests kind of having very confused noises. I don't know if anyone's ever played Witcher, but there's this one man that you run into and he makes like a ha noise. You hear that a lot. There's like this one guy who's making this noise. Sounds of confusion, that sort of thing. It doesn't sound like it did before.
Oh.
Sounds like mud monsters are coming to us.
Oh.
Great.
This is indeed the mud monster and not something else that's going wrong.
You don't see anything currently from where you currently are.
Is there a direction the confusion is coming from?
I will say make another perception check, please.
Can I help?
How would you help?
Can I make my own? Can I also?
Yeah, you all have eyes. Let's go for a group perception check.
25.
23.
17.
19.
Sally will just wait for the others and fly in that direction.
Valka would see before anybody else, pushing through the crowds kind of around the corner. So you all you walk out, looking to your right-hand side to where the fountain was in the center of this plaza. Pushing through the crowds here is a halfling. I say halfling. You assume halfling, but they are wearing a very muddy, velvety robe. Her hair is very scraggly. She is covered in mud, so quite hard to tell specifically what race of short person this is, but you assume we're going to say halfling. She seems very distressed. Her small hands are kind of reaching out to passers-by who completely kind of recoil in shock. And she just, at this point, that was the kind of noises of confusion you were hearing. Upon that, she just seems to kind of crumple to the ground on her knees, and she just is sobbing. She's weeping.
Oh, no.
Oh, I don't care about mud. Everyone this way, straight over. Hello, are you okay?
Valka, you can see where the tears have cut through the mud on her face. You see the freckled olive skin beneath. The first thing you would notice, though, is she is wearing a singular Wellington boot. She doesn't have two, she has one. Just a barefoot on the other side. And she seems quite beyond herself. What would you do to calm her down?
Prestidigitate.
Say again?
Prestidigitation. Get rid of the word.
Okay.
I will offer my last pickle.
She doesn't know what to do with that information right now. She's a woman on the edge. She's on the cusp.
Veracity will druidcraft a little yellow butterfly that just flies around her face and then just perches on her nose. And it's an endearing butterfly. It's a nice butterfly. It's not an attacky butterfly.
I like to think that Veracity is saying that as it's cast.
Oh, no. It's Fred. It's nice. Look. Oh, yay.
Release the attack butterflies.
What the spell that does that now? I'm just waiting to use it.
Can I use message to just kind of send some soothing whale noises into her head?
No.
Sean, are you able to tell us what that sounds like? You don't have to, but it kind of goes in time with her breathing, and she starts to kind of emulate these noises at the same time. It's very strange. Valka, what are you doing while all of this is happening?
If she started making these whale noises, I think Valka has gone into helping a birthing cow mode.
Okay, do not tell me where you are inserting your arms.
No.
Doing?
But just hands on the shoulders, and there. It's okay. Like one on the shoulder, one on the back. Just breathing. Okay. Right. So going to be okay.
She's calm.
We're here. Yeah. Can you tell us what's going on?
Me and my husband. We'd taken the exquisite self-guided safari tour through the mudflats, and we heard this rattling noise. It was ever so intriguing. Mm-hmm. I, of course, had the most appropriate footwear, as Mr. Chigglesby, Bernardo is his name. He had taken to wearing his polished Cuban heels for the excursion, which I told him was a bad idea. Anyway, I said, Bernardo, let's go and follow the rattling noise. It could be a new discovery. I was leading thanks to my footwear being the most secure. Well, then the rattling stopped. I turned to speak to Bernardo, but he'd simply vanished. And she's grabbing onto your arms at this point, Valka.
Yes. Okay.
I spent hours trying to locate him. She's grabbing all the way up your arms.
Yeah, yes.
I even started digging in case he'd just jumped in or something. I even lost one of my boots in the process.
Oh, right. So this was in the mudflats, and you heard rattling.
We did. I never found the source of the rattling, and I lost my dearest Bernardo.
Can you show us where that was? Are you feeling up to going back? we're quite sturdy people, and we're pretty good in a pinch, let me tell you. So if any trouble happens, we'll be there.
You must warn everyone of this danger.
Okay.
No one else must go there. I must speak to the managers immediately. And she's beginning to raise her voice.
Yes, but where? Where is it?
She points towards the mudflats area. There's a sign that the whole place is signed up. You are able to see a path that leads on. You're quite high up. It leads off to the east, and descends through a sort of foresty jungle area. And you see just in the background this vast stretch of mudflat area.
And to be clear, the mud flats are the same place as the mud bath.
The mud flats is where the creature with the heads is. There is a mud bath there.
Right.
So yes.
Why don't you go inside and talk to Gimlet, who will offer you soothing pickles while we go and solve the issue?
It's interesting that you said that, Demi. So as she is raising her voice and is starting to attract attention perhaps not wanted, Giblet begins to very quickly come out of Pickle Palace with like a paella dish of definite picklage and begins to kind of gravitate towards this lady. Don't worry, I can take it from here. What was your name, my dear? Christacia Chigglesby. Right, I will do my best to put a smile back on your face. This is free. Come with me. And he kind of nods expectantly at all of you.
We'll have a look. Don't worry, Giblet.
Okay, and he kind of leads her towards, and you see as she starts walking, like she's walking at an uneven angle. She has one foot that is a boot and the other barefoot, and she kind of plods off. You can see where she's come from. It's very easy. There's like a full-on mud trail from like little halfling-sized mud trail from where she came from.
Are there any other obvious staff members around near the sort of entrance to the mudflats area?
You do not see any. What you do see are in the sort of darkening area. It's about 8 p.m. at this point. There are torches that kind of line the path that goes through the jungle area. But no staff members.
It has occurred to me, I don't know about the rest of you, I can't see well in the dark.
Oh, I'm absolutely fine. I can make a light for you though if you'd like.
Oh, okay, that would be useful. I mean, I could probably take one of the torches if it's going to be a problem for you. Like if you need to conserve.
No, I'll just reach out, put a hand on your shoulder, and suddenly your shoulder is glowing.
Oh, thank you.
Valka, you can smell mushrooms. You're not quite sure where that's coming from. I believe that's a cleric spell.
It is, yeah.
We could find a missing.
Make a little note next to the Angel of Death page in my little notebook of the smell of this mushroom.
You've got mushrooms on your shoulder and cedarwood on your hands. It's amazing.
Sorry, Veracity, you were saying.
Oh, there's a very muddy missing man who needs our help. Shall we?
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Do any of you have any way of maybe blocking? I was looking for a staff member to see if we could get someone to sort of say this is closed for maintenance or something. Do any of you have a way of blocking it off?
I can do that. It's just sort of a kind of one narrow path.
Yeah, I mean, it would allow for a family of 3 to walk down side by side. It's gravelly, it's well trimmed, it doesn't look overgrown.
Are there plants or grass, anything green going along the verges?
Correct, yeah. So there's greenery going along, there are beautiful flowers kind of sprouted up. It looks well maintained and cared for.
Not for long.
Maha.
I will cast... Plant growth is best, but I don't think I want to burn it now. I will cast Entangle.
Cool.
Which makes... Oh no, it only lasts a minute. I will cast plant growth, and all plants within 100 meters get super overgrown and gnarly, and Yeah, like people can move at a quarter speed through it. So I will do that, blocking off the path completely.
Nice. I mean, there's a couple of potted palm trees around here as well, which kind of join in with this spell, and they kind of form a cross against the path, along with all the grass that grows up around it as well. I'm guessing you will kind of begin to make your way through as these things are growing behind you.
Before the plants, yeah.
I was going to say, in addition to this, I just kind of touch the signpost and then prestidigitate a shadowy line through the mud flats.
Nice. You are able to do all of the above. And I think as you begin to head towards the mud flats and the jungly area, that is where we're going to take our break. So we will see you soon, about 10 minutes. Bye.
I've spent my life studying the enigma of dragonkind. What drives them, where to find them, the power they command. I've watched them build and topple whole societies. And I've seen the truth behind their treacherous words. They can be cold and callous. Some are outright savage, while others are more calculated in their ruinous pursuits. No matter their motivations, whatever fuels their primal rage, it is my responsibility to protect the citizens of Faerun from these dragons. Tell me, Dragon Slayer, will you join us?
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We are also supported by Warriors of Waterdeep. Take your team of warriors on a quest spanning the Forgotten Realms, all on your mobile. Power up your teams with items, work with your guild to defeat hordes of enemies, and test your mettle in the arena. And to make all of that work, you need gems. As we frequently say, the hunt for gems is real. Pop !WOW gems into chat for a link to collect free gems and get yourself that nice sword you've been looking at, or revive your heroes against a deadly foe. Download link !Warriors of Waterdeep in chat.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets with an ! Characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
And we are back. Yay. So we left off with you kind of on the trail of Mr. Chigglesby. His wife, Crustacea, she came out from the mudflat area. You saw the signposts all around. Just to confirm, to the north of the plaza is where the Wizarding College for Hags is. The south is the jetty where you arrived. The west is the Expeditious Retreat Spa. And to the east is the heated mudflats. And that's kind of the direction where we are headed. Veracity's just caused a lot of foliage to emerge.
When you said make plants grow, I was like, yeah, great. 100 meters?
And
like
you can decide areas not to. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a level 3 spell. She is going for it. Also, it's veracity, so she would have cast it by just 100 foot, not 100 meters. It's a third less terrifying.
Okay.
But she would have cast it by going, excuse me, you all look very neat and boring. Would you like to sort of flourish a bit, maybe, please?
And boy, do they flourish. Like, there are strands of tree that come out where there should be no tree stranding from. They kind of curl round in the way that ferns do. And it becomes a Feywild veracity experience. But you are able to all kind of move through this space.
Can I just nod at Rusty? That's very impressive.
Thanks. It's new for me, and I like it. It's a bit like your head.
I suppose so.
And I guess a bit like Joe's head. You still have like a bit of a twig on your face.
That's it. Go on.
Speaking of, Joe, could you please roll for me a Constitution saving throw?
I'm just going to be a tree man by the time we leave.
Do you want to be the tree man?
That's a 13.
13. Okay, can you roll a d8 for me?
Yes.
1. So, can you tell me about your shoe situation? You've got your socks and sandals, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And khaki shorts, so there's a fair amount of leggage still visible.
So you're walking along down this easterly path towards the jungle area before the mudflats, and something feels weird on your right foot.
If I inspect it, what does it look like?
You are able to assuage that you have got a new toe. Just one new toe, in addition to your existing toes.
I am not.
See that through the socks?
Yeah, you would. It's kind of bulging to the... It's a big toe. Another one. You have it.
A big toe.
Welcome.
Not even a subtle one.
Oh no, another big toe.
So I've just got like an extra big toe just kind of bulging out of the sock, just hanging off the side of my sandal.
Yeah, it's roughly the same size as all your other ones, but it's certainly there, and you can do with whatever you want with that information, Sean/Joe.
I'm not going to mention it to the party, but it's just kind of thinking to itself, I wonder if there's a salve for that.
Do you look perturbed?
I imagine I probably do.
I will clock. I'm not going to mention it to you, but I've clocked it. Something's wrong.
Maybe starting to walk with a slight limp where it's like, no, I don't like it.
Getting used to it, yeah.
And the city will approach to Veracity. Veracity, you are welcome to keep going on top of Swifty. Swifty has really good abilities to spot danger. This fella cannot be surprised, but that means he is usually going in the front. If you are okay with that,
That's fine.
feel free. And Swifty will just...
Is that fine?
I can put things on fire. I'm fine. And this way I'm up off normally I'm quite good at attacking things, and then normally they then just sort of swallow me because I'm not very big. Whereas if I'm sitting on top of Swifty, I am invincible.
Sure. That's how that works.
It's all right, Debbie. The rest of us are here as well.
Yeah. And Valka has those new axes. You still haven't told me where they came from.
Oh, well, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
They were a gift.
Can I have a lift up?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Swifty will go like 10 feet in front of us.
Swifty's kind of following the halfling-sized footprints that kind of lead you to from when she came. This path kind of winds downwards. You begin to hear the sounds of creatures chittering and whooping coming from the jungle of the broad-leaved trees ahead of you. How are you traveling? Like, what's going on? And we know Swifty's ahead. Swifty's keeping an eye out for danger, I assume, to Sally?
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping an eye out for Cuban-heeled shoes.
I always keep an eye out for Cuban-heeled shoes. We'll just go for an investigation from Demi, and what are the rest of you doing?
I think I want to have a conversation with Joe, and it goes in the lines of, Joe, what's the deal with the maps?
The maps?
Yeah.
Just because I like to know where I am. Nothing special about my maps.
But I wonder, like, are you a professional map maker, cartographer, or is it just like a hobby?
Oh no, I use them for business. I don't make the maps. No, I'm a bit of a hand for sale, if you know what I mean. Like a gun for hire. You know,
an adventurer.
More of a mercenary.
And what is your usual line of work, if that makes sense?
I mean, it depends what they're going to pay me to do, really. I don't have many quibbles.
What was the favourite thing you ever did?
Once took out a troll.
Ooh.
Not by myself, I was with a group.
Still impressive.
We once fought a giant plant monster that dangled down from the ceiling. It was very nasty.
It was quite fun, though.
It made lots of zombie plant creatures as well. But they were different to, not like you, Demi. They were...
I'm not a plant creature, I'm a tiefling.
No, I know. Oh, okay, sorry. No, I meant in that they were dead, and then a plant had made them come alive again, but they weren't talking. They were just and trying to attack us.
Alka was amazing. She kept hitting them with her axes and then throwing them off this like drop on either side, and there were so many, and then she kept just like hitting them. It was really cool.
Veracity burned everything.
I did do that, yes.
This isn't where the feathery bearded zombie came in, is it?
Actually, yes, he did come in quite soon after that.
He did. He did some nefarious gloating, but then looked very silly when he lost. It was quite fun, really.
So, I guess in answer to your original question, Tilly, they're just maps. I got one for a material plane, I got one for Shadowfell, I got one for here.
It won't work for very long, everything moves.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, that explains the fucking lot.
Yeah, you see that Joe's map is kind of, there's lots of rubbing out, and like, it looks like a work in progress still.
Just thought I got turned around. Yeah.
Oh, you did get turned around, but by magic. I rolled a 17 on my shoe check.
Amazing. 17 upon the shoe check.
That was with guidance, but don't feel like you have to narrate every time, Liz.
And duh.
You do.
Oh boy. Okay. You hear in your mind. There is not a Cuban heel, but Demi, should you look to your right, you will find a single Wellington boot. Oh, and a pocket watch.
Oh.
You watch as Demi's head kind of snaps to the right-hand side without Demi even sort of doing it naturally. It seems quite a forced movement.
I appear to have found a boot and a watch.
Oh. Are they within easy reach? Or are they like off the
yeah,
path
they
in
are.
the mud?
They're sort of trampled into the mud. The boot itself is stuck within the mud and appears to be facing the way you came.
I'll pick up the watch. Not that interested in the welling.
Okay.
I'll pick
It's a
up the
halfling size, yeah. It's a halfling size. Valka, you could put it in a pocket.
Yeah.
Demi, the watch, as you kind of look over it, you see "For my dearest Bernardo" written on it.
Right. Either. Sorry.
No, go for it.
Either he's dead and something left his watch here, or she killed him and dropped his watch as a clue.
Oh, do you think it's likely that she killed? She seemed very upset.
Wouldn't you be upset if you just killed your husband?
I imagine if I meant to do it.
Or if something
No.
made you kill your husband.
Oh.
Or he ran away?
Why is his watch with her shoe? She didn't. She said she lost the shoe later.
Oh, you're clever.
Right. Okay.
Let's just get some survival checks going on from, I'm going to say Valka and Demi.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a low roll for me.
I love the narrative that's developing here. We'll see what happens.
17 again with guidance.
Okay. And Valka?
It was only a 12.
Okay. Demi, you do not see around on the ground any other footprints other than the Wellington boot ones. You don't see, like, there could have been a scuffle here. You don't see signs of another pair.
Is there like a track where the wellies came from?
Yes, they are leading straight ahead.
Well, I think we should follow the boots, don't you?
I think that's a good plan.
But she definitely had his watch.
How quicksandy is the mud? Is there any chance that he's...
The mud that you're currently in is quite solid. It's normally quite dry. Maybe it had a bit of rain on it and it's become a bit slick. However, you don't know what is further ahead.
How dense are the trees? Like, would it be possible to kind of, I mean, without putting too fine a point on it, walk up the trees and across the top of the foliage instead of on the mud floor?
Yeah, you would certainly be able to do that.
Cool. I will use my socks and sandals as spider climbing and walk up the nearest tree and, find a safe route across the treetops.
It's weird. When you are walking, not the usual way around, but vertically up something, your toes don't feel as weird. The pressure isn't on them as much. It's more on like the back of your foot. So it's quite pleasant when you walk up a tree. You reach the top, Joe, and you're able to see from your vantage point ahead of you this vast expanse of thick, dry, cracked, solid mud. And in the centre, the cracks seem to give way to a bubbling pool of sticky, oozing mud.
I will
It's about 5 minutes walk away.
I will use message and point downwards towards someone that I can see and just message and say, basically, say exactly what I've just seen.
Cool.
I'm going to go on ahead.
You going on ahead, did you just say?
Well, technically I'm going on treetops, but yeah, I'll be...
Okay.
I'm going up this way.
Good work, Joe. Well done.
Shall we also go?
Good looking. Yes. Let's not leave him.
Yeah.
He didn't look particularly hearty.
Can you climb a tree?
No, absolutely not.
I love the compliment, like the absolution, just saying that no. Oh, God, no. Why would I climb a tree? God forbid.
No, let's hope there's no climbing in this
boots?
campaign. Exactly, in these boots.
Mm-hmm.
I have teleportation spells for that nonsense.
Cool. I'm going to assume that you're all going to keep on going. And all of you would reach the sort of edge of the jungle. Joe and Demi, I guess, first up would see.
I'm not first. No,
Okay,
no.
who's first? Who's first? I guess Swifty's first.
Yeah, I guess Rusty and Swifty.
Valka wouldn't be far behind, but yeah.
Demi would be behind Velka. This is where I live now.
I love this. I love this journey. Into Sally, are you just flying around?
I think I'm in the back because now I know that a 2 meters trail is a hazard for people who step on it. So I'm in the back.
Gosh, you're still wearing a wedding dress.
Your dress is looking not great right now. There's a lot of mud going on the underside, and you're not quite sure. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you all reach what Joe saw previously. Yes, there is this vast, huge area of solid mud, but you do see in the sort of vague distance this sort of bubbling, undulating mass of mud in the center. You can clearly see the line where sort of solid ground meets viscosity, so you're able to avoid that custody experience. You also notice some red-coloured tape on short iron posts, which perhaps would have cordoned off the sort of deeper, more gloopy area, but it appears to have been broken. It's sort of billowing and flapping in the breeze. I'm going to give you this. You can see in the oozy mud, there are 4 large mechanical devices, sort of halfway submerged. They are of similar copper to the coffee machines in your room. They're steaming, as is the mud around them. You see various creatures dotted about the sort of warm mud area. The warm mud is about a 60-foot diameter pool, and you see some beautifully coloured Feywild crocodiles. They're near the edges, away from you. They seem to be lazily lounging on their backs. You also spot some white ducks. Their bills are like a bright blue. Their feathers look like white leaves in places. They seem to glide along the wet mud. You notice some of them when they reach the solid areas. You see a blue, huge leg appear from the wet mud and hoist this duck body upwards 3 foot. And another blue leg comes out, and they sort of weirdly waddle away.
Like a human leg?
No, like flamingo legs.
Oh, like
but with a very little duck on top.
Like a blue-footed booby flamingo.
Yes. And they kind of waddle around. I guess 3 foot high. Is that higher than Veracity? The ducks are higher than Veracity.
Higher by a whole foot.
Yes.
From what we've just seen, I think we're all higher than Veracity.
What are you all doing? You do clock Joe upstairs in the tree. What's going on?
Is there something obvious ahead? Like, does it look like somewhere someone could be lost? Like,
shall I ask what the passive perception? What are the passive perceptions? Tell me.
17.
18.
19.
18 and 19? Yeah.
12.
Oh, Sally. Joe?
11.
Oh boy. Okay, cool. Everyone apart from Taselli and Joe. Strange. There is an area where most of these creatures are avoiding. It is in the center of the vast, wet mud section, approximately 60 foot away from you. It's in the center of these 4 steamers, these 4 heater things. These heaters look intentionally placed in the soft mud, but in the center, there's a mass of leaves and wooden debris. And this mass of leaves and wooden debris is about 15 foot by 15 foot. And something seems to be moving in this patch, though it's kind of covered in leaves and twigs. Hard to see.
Well,
how deep do we think the mud is?
How deep is your mud?
Let's find out.
I'm just gonna stick my leg down. I'm tall. We'll see.
We'll use you as a dipstick.
Yeah. Not the first time.
So Valka, you would have to walk 30 foot to reach the sort of circumference of where the wet mud begins. The rest of you watch as Valka takes one. How are you stepping, confidently or tentatively?
No, tentatively, because I can't see through. I'm assuming the mud is not crystal clear and we cannot see through it.
This is not water.
I would have gone with Valka. She's on 30 feet away. Like
that is further than I thought it was. I thought we were like on the edge, and I was like,
you've got
like
dryness of 30 foot.
Right. Yeah. Maybe go to the edge and like dip a foot, see how far down it goes.
Yeah, you are reaching your knee at this point, and it's still going.
Okay.
Oh, still going.
Has anyone got a long stick?
Veracity looks at her staff that she has been holding.
It's not that long, though, is it? Because it's yours.
True. I do. Do you want to go and have a paddle? Because that's fine if you do, but if not, I could just ask the mud. I learned a new thing while we were away.
You can speak to mud as well as plants
It's
and animals.
Yeah, I can sort of have a little think, and then I can find out about what's going on with the mud flats and if there's anything nasty in the middle of it, just by sort of having a little think really hard. And it's almost a commune with the nature of the mud.
Just for us, as you're thinking of how to do this, Valka, where you currently are 30 foot, you see that in this mass of twigs, there are two things, one of which is moving, but there are two. One of them, the unmoving object, appears to be an egg. It is green. The other kind of looks like an egg too, completely brown. But that is moving.
Suspicious.
Moving egg. How big? How big is your egg?
From this distance, I guess you'd be able to tell. It's about 2 foot. Both eggs are around the same size, so 2 foot high.
Do you think they're
It's a mini Veracity. No, it's
Do you think they're actually eggs, or do you think it's like a weird part of something that we can't see yet?
It's like a Kinder Surprise, but you can fit Veracity inside.
Let's try it.
Let's
Joe just kind of
not
points
feed
down.
Veracity to whatever's in there.
No. Okay. Well, if we can't see any sign of the halfling, and no one seems to be in trouble, there's no other like customers around here, right? It's just animals.
You get the impression that with the tape that was there, this is the area that's been cordoned off.
Yeah.
You do not see any other people here, other than the weird creatures.
Yeah. I'm assuming, I don't know what they are, but maybe Veracity should do her talking thing first.
That's a good idea.
Yes. I will slide off Swifty and hand a tombola ball with the number 57 to Valka.
Cross it off, Valka. Cross it off.
I'm gonna have to make myself a bingo card.
And then I will plop into the mud, cross-legged, and just sort of pat it gently. Hello. And then Veracity's not very good at thinking without talking. So she will sort of look at the mud and concentrate really, really hard, and then just start talking to the mud. And I can find out 3 facts relating to knowledge of the land within 3 miles, 3 facts of my choice about terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, animals, peoples, powerful beings, influenced by the planes of existence, or buildings. So I think the 3 facts Veracity will ask is, she wants to ask if the mud's having a nice day. Will that count as a fact?
Yes.
Okay. The Veracity will stop herself and go, hello, you. I hope you're having a nice day. Hello, please, Mud, could you tell me, whereabouts in the mud, if we step, will we go and disappear?
I am having a nice day. I am mud. If you step into the wet bit, you will sink. Sink, sink.
Your singing is very excellent. I like you very much. I want you to be my friend. I would ask you to be my friend, but I think that's a second fact. Number 2 is there a halfling man, or in fact any other sort of person, currently nearby, ensconced in mud, anywhere around, in trouble?
You hear like a dial-up tone for a little minute.
Yes, there is.
Veracity will pause and turn to her friends. Is it better to ask where the halfling man is here? Do we ask where he is, or do we ask what the Veracity Kinder Surprises are?
Well, if we know that, did you? Is it in the mud? There's the halfling man in the mud?
Yes.
Do we think that maybe he's alive? Oh! Valkyrie is not clever enough to have made that connection. Sorry. Do we think that he is... If he's been in the mud a very long time, then maybe it's better to ask what the creature is, and we'll see if we can find him.
Because he might like the mud so much now he's got used to it. Yes, okay.
Yes.
Go back to the mud. Hello, sorry, I put you on hold for a moment. I hope that wasn't rude. I was talking to people much cleverer than I am.
I like the music, it's okay.
Could you remind me what it sounds like, please? If you would like to, but that's not a fact I'm asking.
It goes on.
Veracity lets it play for uncomfortably long. She's having a great time. Hello, please, Mud, could you also tell me what those two egg-shaped things in the middle of the hot bit are?
I am holding many things. The two things I am holding are egg 1, halfling 1.
Thank you, Mud. It's been ever so lovely talking to you. Have an excellent day. Please don't me and my friends.
Have a good day. Goodbye.
Oh, I talk to Mud now. Yes, one of them is an egg and one of them is a halfling in an egg. We should go find him.
We should.
Okay, I was going to say, they both look like eggs, but you don't know which one.
No. The mud was lovely, but not specific. Although if we step in any of the wet bits, we go droop down.
How far? How far?
Not specific.
Oh.
I could teleport myself and someone else to one of the eggs. That would be useful.
I can just hover over.
Sparky, I can get Sparky out and he can teleport one person.
Okay.
And then
Let me do it. And so we don't waste any magic energy.
Okay.
He grabs the massive trail and starts
Over the shoulder, yeah.
Oh, do be careful though, Taselli.
Yes, if something pops out at you, yell very loudly and we'll all come over and help.
And in the halfway, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts. So Taselli opens his mind to the cacophony that is the Feywild, then adjusted something and filters the noise. What do I sense?
First off, you hear a beating heart. The heart is beating quite quickly. You hear the words, "Just keep calm, old boy. Just keep calm. Just keep calm. Maybe it won't come out. I hope someone will come and rescue me soon. I cannot cope. I don't know where Crustacia is. She's going to kill me. Oh God. Oh God. I should have worn better bloody shoes."
I will keep approaching to figure out which one of the two eggs is.
Sure.
And then I will do another scan to see if there is other living creature around.
Cool. Really easy from the vantage point. How far up are you in the air?
5 feet.
5 foot in the air. Cool. All right. Yeah. Really easy to tell. The brown moving egg is a very curled up halfling.
Okay.
A little face races and looks you. If your detect thoughts is still on, you hear, "Oh God! Oh God! Thank God for that!" And he looks at you, but doesn't say anything. But you hear, "I need to warn him. I need to warn him to be very, very careful." But all he thinks to do is smile awkwardly and wave.
I will descend a little bit more, crouch to try to hold him and just say, "Calm down."
He doesn't know what to make of that, but he kind of just clings to you in the same way that Mrs. Chigglesby did, like all the way up your arms. He's like grasping onto your neck, All of you in this moment, you begin to hear a rattling.
Sally, quick.
I will fly up as fast as possible.
Cool. The rattling is coming from about 20 foot to your right-hand side, Teseli. All of you in front first would see a single snake head emerge from the mud underneath Teseli, close to this nest. There are 2 bright orange eyes that open. The nostrils exhale and you see mud splatter out from them. You then see another snake head emerge. And I'm just going to tell you this. These heads are huge. These are not little snakes. These are big old snakes. One by one, another and another appears until 5 heads emerge from the mud. All of them snake-like, hovering on their long, writhing necks. The rattling...
Didn't they say that it had 3 heads?
The rattling
Maybe it was
begins...
hiding 2.
The rattling intensifies as this creature stands up. The nest rises with it. You realize that the noise is coming from this creature's long, extended tail, which also emerges from the mud. This monstrous, gargantuan, draconic form. 10 glowing eyes from the 5 heads fixated on all of you. It roars to the sky with all these heads singing to Sally with Mr. Chigglesby in his arms. The mud around it seems to tremble. And I think we need to...
No, you sit down. Sit down. You sit.
Make an intimidation check with disadvantage, Valka.
Oh, that was, the disadvantage, that's a 9.
I'm going to say she ignores you, and we're going to roll some initiative, please.
Yes.
Is everything all right, Ali? What's going on?
I was about to make fun of that too, but I rolled a natural 1 for a total of 4.
At least it was just for initiative. It's fine.
Mine was a 19.
Cool.
17.
Thank you.
10.
2. Mine was also a natural 1.
Sorry, could you give me Demi's again?
19. Sorry, rolled manually rather than the app.
Got you, no, it's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. First up is this creature. Ooh. I'm going to tell you what it is. It is a Murkendraw Hydra, Feywild variant. It is its go. I'm going to just say one thing to Nat/Valka. If you're feeling reckless today, go for it. I'm also going to remember for myself that this creature does have actions that it can use at certain points. So anyway, this creature rises from the depths of this mud, and you see all of these heads sort of bend backwards. All of you, apart from Teseli and Mr. Chigglesby, you're in a 60-foot cone of this creature. Could you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh, no.
Even me?
I thought you descended from the tree.
I just stayed there. Everyone was ignoring me.
The trees aren't that high, so I'm going to say yes, Joe. I'm sorry.
What about Swifty?
Swifty would have to make the save as well, because Swifty would be with everybody else.
Which one did you say?
Dexterity, please.
Dexterity.
Mine was an 11. I pushed dexterity check rather than saving throw, which is why it's come up as a 10 on the feed.
That's fine.
But it's an extra plus.
I had a nat 20 for 23.
17.
I had an 8 for a 9.
Mine was a 17.
Cool. Those of you who rolled 17 or higher, you succeeded. I just need to roll something to see what happens. Okay, cool. There's some cold damage blasting out from all of these heads towards you. They all sort of snap back at once, and this damage comes out of their mouths in a big cone. You are going to take some damage. Let's see what it rolls. Those of you who succeeded the check, you take half of this. Come on, dice. Okay, total is 24 points, so halved for those who succeeded. It's looking at all of you. The creature is 15 foot away from the edge, that precipice we were talking about. You lot are still sort of 30 foot away unless you've moved closer to that precipice, which I think Veracity did, because you were talking to the mud.
Yes.
That is its go. We're going to move over to Demi.
How far away from it am I?
You are 45 foot away. Well, we'll call it 40.
Okay, and who am I with currently?
You would be with Swifty.
Veracity and Valka.
Yeah, they're slightly ahead of you by about 5 foot, 10 foot or so.
I will go there with...
Joe's in a tree above you as well.
Yeah, I'll go there within 5 foot of me.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to cast the Joyous Mind Spike, and I'm going to cast it at... I'm going to cast it at 4th level.
Nice.
Which means I get my 3rd level spell back.
Oh, sweet. Just remind me what the save is.
Mind Spike. It is a Wisdom.
Okay. Let's see what happens. That was a 17.
Not enough.
Okay. I'm going to roll an intelligence 1 second. Nope. Go on.
18 points of damage, and I now know where its location is. So say if it went under the mud, I would still know where it was.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Cool, yeah. So what does that look like? Does it come from you?
Yes, that's from me. It's not the lightning, because the lightning is not this magic. It is probably just like thinking really hard, and then you see it like all of its heads like shake slightly.
Nice, okay. Now you guys don't know this specifically, but it can smell soil and mushrooms, and it does not know why.
It wouldn't be able to. That's a wizard spell.
All right, okay. Well, we'll flavour it that way anyway. Demi, anything else on your go? Was that your action?
I'm done.
Cool, okay. So you've kind of moved on up to where Veracity and Valka are, within 5 foot. Speaking of Valka.
Yes, hello.
Over to you. Now, there is the 15-foot gap. Actually, scrap that. Over to the creature for its legendary action. It sees lots of tasty things in front of it, and it's going to slowly trudge through the mud towards you. It is now immediately before Valka, whose go it is. Valka, what are you doing?
Oh, it's just come to us. Oh, great. Okay, so I don't need to go to it. That is ideal.
Use some of its actions to move your direction.
Wonderful. Now then, okay, so with the... Right, no, you sit! I realise, Liz, I didn't ask you before we rolled initiative, so I won't be cheeky, but that is what she's doing, and the axe is going to do that green shimmer again. So I'm going to do it as my bonus action this turn, but just say that I did it when she said it, if that makes sense.
Got you. Okay, just remind me what specifically your...
It's the Hexblade's Curse.
Hexblade's Curse. Cool, yeah.
So with the... No, you sit just before it kind of runs over. Her axe is going to shimmer green, and the whole creature does that little shimmer green as well. And then as it comes close, I'm just going to hit it as it's there. I cannot rage, but I'll just hit it for now.
Understood. Just before you do Veracity, you notice that the air becomes still the moment Valka does that with her axe, and you feel like you felt that before. Valka, continue.
Right. Okay, so it's 2 attacks. The first one is a non-nat 20, and the second one is
just what you needed.
16.
16
really?
was not what you needed. Yes.
Oof. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Let's. So that's going to be a whole 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Woo!
Valka, you slice into this creature. There's kind of a very high-pitched crunching, not coming from the creature, but from your axe as it slices through the air.
Sorry, no, that's 11 plus 4 because of the curse.
Thank you.
Must remember all the things.
Is reckless... Were you being reckless?
Oh, flippity jibs. Flippity. Well, okay. Well, that was the non-nat 20 for the first attack. And then the second attack, I'm just going to
You don't
roll
have to be reckless. I just know that you like to be, so...
I'm so reckless.
You're so reckless.
The second attack actually was a 26 to hit.
Hey, yes, it's. Roll a damage.
That was an 18, unfortunately, so it's not a 19. But I will roll the damage. So that's another 13 damage.
13 damage. Nice. So again, the slice comes through. As that happens, as you cut into the creature, wounds do open up. Valka, you are within 5 foot of this creature. Vrasti, you're slightly behind. Demi, further behind. For each hit, Valka, you're going to suffer a bit of acid damage as the blood will splatter on you. That's 10 points for the first hit of acid, 9 points for the second.
This is bad. This is real bad.
Does that end your go?
Yep.
Marvellous. Splendid. Veracity, over to you.
I was going to do something else, but I see this thing spit acid and hurt my granny, spirit granny. So Veracity loses her temper and would like to cast Flame Strike.
Cool.
The Hydra, please.
So a dex
save 17.
It rolled an 8. Stupid Hydra. It's going to use one of its legendary resistances to resist it.
Fine.
Which means that it would take half the damage that you roll.
So it will be half of 4d6 fire damage and 4d6 radiant damage.
Okay, roll your damage.
And yes, basically a vertical column of divine fire.
Ooh.
It says rolls down from the heavens, but I feel it probably erupts from Veracity in absolute outrage to anyone daring to hit Valka.
Nice. So is that fire and celestial? Radiant. I always call it celestial for some reason. Radiant, cool.
Ooh, that's 2 5s and a 6. So that's...
Could you tell me those scores separately, please?
Yes, okay. I'll start with the fire. So that is 3 5s and a 6 for the fire, so 15, 21. Hang on, half that. Rounding up or down?
Tell me a number and I'm going to go with it.
I'm going to round up.
Always down. Always down, otherwise it gets round up on you as well.
That's the fun. Fine, I'll round down. So that's half. That's 10 points of fire damage.
Okay, the creature still doesn't take as much damage as you would hope from the fire.
Disappointing. And then that's 5 and a 4 is 9 and a 2 is 11 and another 2 is 13. So 6 points of radiant damage.
6 points of radiant damage. Okay, that certainly does the damage that you would expect. Sort of. Tisela, you notice this huge sort of waterfall, almost firefall of fire cascades down on this creature, followed by this divine energy. You kind of like swoop out the way with Mr. Chigglesby in hand. Veracity, anything else on your go that you would want to do?
I don't think so, because the logical thing for action economy I didn't do because Valka got hit. So I think I am good. Will I move forward? No, I'm not that stupid.
Got you. Okay. At the end of your go, the creature will take another of its legendary actions. It's going to make a bite attack. Now, it has got quite a long reach with its long neck. I'm going to roll to see who it hits. Veracity, it's coming for you.
Spectral wings erupt out of... No, not spectral wings. I've got a lot of wing abilities.
They can come out too.
It's the skeletal wings, but they look as they would have originally, which is full, and deflect from Veracity. I grant you a +4 bonus to your AC.
Nice.
Stabby!
Oh, that's amazing. Cool. Let's see what it bites and let's see which head is biting you. This is the acid head, the first one. To hit, that would be 19.
That is my new AC.
Damn.
Beats. Although that was amazing. I love that. Do that again, Demi. That was amazing. Okay, some acid damage coming your way, Veracity. In total, that's 13 points of acid damage.
Cool.
Over to the bride in the sky. What's she doing, Tisela?
I'm gonna piggyback the halfling.
Yep.
And then he's like, "Where are they here? Where are they here? Oh, they're here!" And he pulls. For those who have followed the cell in the past, you may notice that he's not carrying his usual massive pole because he gave it away to Alkis. And in one of his
he gave Alkis his massive pole. Sorry.
Nat and your gutter brain, seriously. We need to have words. Carry on, Ali.
And now he takes 2 nice globes, white. They are it seems that they are made of flowers and like flower petals.
Pretty
And
close, yes.
they have each one 5 small lilies, and he starts making some sigils in the air, and just behind the Hydra, a massive conjuration circles appears, and a lily sort of sprouts and blooms, and out of it, a beast appears. I'm going to reflavor giant insect, and this is going to be giant flower beast.
Sure.
Imagine like a displacer beast, but it's a head comes out from a flower, so he has like a mane made of a giant lily. I would say it's white, so it really stands out in the middle of the mud.
To match the dress. Yeah.
Yes.
I got you.
As it appears, it's going to sink in the mud. How deep is the mud behind the Hydra?
Quite. Very. I would say 30 foot.
Good. So this creature is large. I assume it sinks completely.
100%, yeah.
But it has blind sight.
Ooh.
So he that is my action, and then I'm gonna move a little bit closer to everybody, so I can use Mantle of Inspiration on most of the people. Yeah.
Tiseli, I will just say you will invoke 5 attacks of opportunity if you do that.
Then I first cast Mantle of Inspiration.
Yep.
I don't know how close is everybody, but I have a range of 30 feet.
You'd be able to do it. That's fine.
So also you notice that Swift is really, really wobbly. It's really wonky. It's just that it has 1 HP. Don't worry about it. He can come back, but it's fine. He will serve its purpose.
He will serve some balls with numbers on. It's fine.
Yes.
We got this. Yes. Cool.
So everybody, including myself, would get 8 temporary hit points and can use its reaction to move away.
Cool. I'm going to class, for the purpose of this, hate to objectify anybody, but Mr. Chigglesby is currently an object, not classed as a person, so will not invoke attacks of opportunity. Okay?
So I'm going to move really away, really behind.
Towards
almost,
your friends.
Yes, almost on top of Demi, so same distance in the back, but of everybody. And that will be my turn. So whoever wants to react.
Does anybody wish to move without incurring attacks of opportunity?
For us to get out of here.
I'm fine. You probably
move.
When Valka uses that tone, you don't argue back.
You don't, no.
I scurry back.
Okay.
However many feet, I only have 25 of movement.
You could scurry the entire 25. Your back would be near the forest edge. Okay. Joe, what are you doing?
Sorry, I haven't finished.
I just wondered if Joe was moving any movement.
Yeah, seeing as it's going to be my turn next, I will use my reaction. I just want to circle around the clearing so that there isn't an easy kind of directional blast again.
Got you. Yes, you would be able to move slightly to your right, still on the treetops.
Yeah.
You are just on the outskirts of that cone, so you would be able to move however far you would like to be out of that way. Do you want to move your full movement?
Yeah, I've only got 25 feet as well, but...
Cool. You scurry across the treetops. Tiseli, you're not finished. What else are you doing, my love?
So I finished my turn, but next is Swifty, who is going to repair itself for 11 points. So it's still rough, but may survive a couple of rounds.
There's some little, like from the inside of Swifties, these little claw arms come out and pick up some balls and put them back in. Swifty's still in sort of the horse form, kind of shakes its mane and like it repairs mechanically, like a transformer. It's pretty. It's kind of nice.
Swifty's turn finishes, and now the beast is going to act.
I love pets. Yes, continue.
Yes, I know they are so... They break economy, right? Anyways, this thing has multi-attack, 2 with claws, 1 with the sting. So I'm going to do... The claw makes bludgeoning damage, so they won't trigger... Well, That's my assumption.
It appeared to be slashing damage that triggered the acid damage to Valka, to Sally.
Yes. And I put it just behind the Hydra, so it's flanking with Valka.
I will allow that, yes. The creature is flanked, so Valko, if attacking with melee, would get advantage on the attack.
18.
18 does not hit, I'm afraid.
So that's the first one. 20, natural 20.
Will definitely hit with the critical.
Okay, so that is 2d8 plus 2. Where's it? Okay. The 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning damage. Valka, you kind of brace for something. Nothing happens. You're okay.
And is grapple. I don't know if that helps.
Can you tell me if your large creature can grapple a gargantuan one? I don't think it can. It needs to be one size larger than it, which would have to be huge.
Very true.
It's kind of cuddling its leg under the mud.
And the last one is Sting, which is piercing or slashing, but it only got a 15.
Does not hit. So none of you see this, although the creature's taking some bludgeoning damage. It appears to kind of roar into the air. You're not quite sure why. Does that end your...
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you to Sally. Creature can't do anything right now. Joe, over to you.
Right, yeah. If I were to keep going around, just to kind of make sure that again we're not clustered.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my movement. I would then like to use my bonus action to cause Shadow to zip through the shadows, appear next to the Hydra. Is there anyone else in kind of combat with it?
Not immediately, other than Valka and Sally's Displacer Flower.
Okay. Well, Shadow will kind of appear in a position that would be kind of towards the back, just in case Veracity was thinking of getting any closer or summoning something as well. Throw the pets in. And did you want me to roll initiative, or will Shadow just go after me?
If you're happy for Shadow to go after you, that's a bit easier to remember. So yes, let's do that.
That's simpler. Okay, so that will happen on Shadow's turn. And for me, myself, and I would like to throw a level 2 Chaos Bolt at it.
Ooh, nice. Let me know what needs to happen, if anything.
So I need to make a ranged spell attack is the first thing that needs to happen. And I don't think that... Oh, no, that's why I need to do it there. What? I've just clicked clear all. Can someone see what my roll was?
It was a 26. I saw that on my screen. Ooh. Well,
26.
That hits.
Cool.
Please tell me what happens.
So I now do 2d8 plus 1d6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I choose one of the d8s. The number rolled on that die is the attack's damage type.
Cool.
So if I was any kind of clever, I'd have been listening to what everyone was doing, but I'm not. So I will have a guess.
Do you get to choose the damage, did you say?
So I roll 2d8 and a d6, and I get to choose one of the types out of the 2 d8s.
Joe, you have been able to see that the creature seemed resistant to fire. If that helps you, your decision.
So it was 3 and a 6. So I've got a choice between fire or poison. So if fire didn't seem to be doing a lot, I would select poison.
Got you, okay.
And that was a sum total of 14.
14 damage.
Oh, actually, what is that? I upcast it. What did I?
Yeah, do you get an extra d6 or something?
Sorry, I keep forgetting to lock it at the top of the screen, and so I'm not doing very well at this.
With D&D Beyond, you can lock your spell at the top of the screen by pressing the lock icon.
It's an extra d6. I just need to roll. Another 1.
Hey.
Worth it a spell slot.
Worth every penny. We love it. Cool. So tell us what that looks like, and could you tell me if that's concentration?
No, it's just a one-off. It's just a...
Nice.
So yeah, Joe kind of raises his hands and weaves them around in an arcane fashion, and a bubble of shadow energy just appears in the middle. He kind of hurls it as one would if they were doing some sort of fancy volleyball move, just flicking it in a weird fashion. And as it kind of flies through the air, it takes on a purplish, liquidy hue and texture, and then just splashes into an open eye.
Nice. Yes, one of them definitely feels that within their eye socket. Words. You notice as the poison kind of drifts across, it kind of splats down into the mud, and you hear a bit of a hiss as it does. Joe, anything else on your go you'd like to do? Was that an action?
That was an action. I've used my bonus. I've used my bonus to summon Shadow. So straight on to Shadow's turn.
Cool.
So Shadow has pack tactics. So there's already allies within 5 feet. So already has advantage anyway. That's just going to be a bite attack with +5 to the roll. So 20.
20 just hits. Nice.
And then 2d6 +3. Is that 7?
7 points of damage. What type of damage is that?
Piercing.
Piercing.
Yes.
As the chompy, pointed cat teeth dig into this creature's form, body, leg, an appendage. Valka and Shadow, and also Tesselli's Displacer Flower, receive some acid damage. You are all within 5 foot. That's 6 points of acid damage to those.
6. Okay.
This is gonna tick up.
I thought you just were saying that was going to tickle.
Also that.
It's going to more than tickle. It does also say if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. I'm not entirely convinced what the physics of this is, but Shadow just kept taking a run up and just headbutt.
I mean, I'll roll it. We'll see what happens. I feel like there might be a size rule in there somewhere, but I've just rolled a 19.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. There's your size bonus, I think. Cool. I think that's all I can do.
Amazing.
So yeah.
I have a marvelous image in my head of what that would have looked like if Shadow succeeded, though, and I'm very happy.
So, the creature does not receive its cone of awesomeness back. However, what it does do instead, it's still got 5 heads. You get the impression that the more damage you do in your turn, the more likely one of those heads could just, topple off. Hasn't happened yet, though. It's got some bite attacks to do. Now, there's lots of heads on long necks, and there's lots of things within 5 or 10 foot. It is going to bite Valka thrice.
No!
3 times!
No!
Thrice! And it will bite...
We can try.
It will bite the... I want to say corpse flower. That is not correct. It's going to bite the displacer flower beast, and it's also going to bite Shadow. We'll do Valka first, because, hey, funds, 24.
Hang on. I need to do some maths.
24 to hit.
Yes, yeah. I was just doing... yeah, that's fine, yep.
The next is a 12 to hit.
Nope, does not.
The third is 27 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. You are going to suffer some acid and some cold damage.
Oh, lovely.
But I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? 9 points of acid, followed by 13 points of cold damage. The first head kind of, like snakes do, like they kind of sort of, like a viper, just pound straight in, one into one shoulder, one into the other. The acid strikes first and then the cold seeps in. We'll go over to the displacer flower beast. That was the wrong dice. Let me roll that. To hit, that was a natural 1 for 11.
No.
Okay. And 16 for Shadow.
16 does hit Shadow, yes.
That is lightning. One of the heads kind of crackles. You see lightning forming on its fangs that crack into Shadow for 8 points of lightning damage.
Ooh.
That ends the Hydra's go. Demi, over to you. Just as a point, Tiseli, you had moved away, hadn't you, with Mr. Chigglesby? Mr. Chigglesby, we're considering safe at the moment. I just needed to remind everybody that we have someone to rescue. It's all right, we're on it. Demi, what are you doing?
Hesitantly, because it's lightning and I don't like it. I'm going to cast... That's the wrong thing. Storm Sphere.
Ooh.
20 foot around all of the heads.
Nice.
Radius sphere. It must succeed on a strength saving throw. Up to you whether the flower also needs to do it, because I don't know it's there.
The heads are above 20 foot. The flower would be on the ground, which is 30 foot down. Flower doesn't need to do it.
Cool.
It rolled a 10. I'm just going to see if it's clever enough to use its resistance. It will use its legendary resistance for this.
Okay. Does not take the bludgeoning damage. However, as a bonus action, I will cause a bolt of lightning to leap from the centre of the spear towards the Hydra. I get advantage because it's in the spear.
Cool.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yay, we like those. Cool. Okay. But you need to tell me how Demi's feeling once it happens. Like,
not
tell
good.
me what's
Like,
going on.
this is the summoning the lightning is coming directly out of the body, and she looks really scared of it. Hang on. 8d6. That's a d8. Oh no, I don't want it. No!
I cast you out, dice.
8d6. That is, oh nice, 34 points of damage.
Demi, could you choose one from acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison?
No.
This is one of the heads which is going to drop off due to that amount of damage.
Lightning.
Lightning. Okay, nice. 34. Cool. Yes, that's enough damage to cause one of the heads to kind of flail, withering down, splatting into the ground. And it just so happens to be the lightning head of the snake variety.
And then, so every time I cast a spell, I can teleport 15 feet because of my item, and I'm going to go 15 feet backwards.
Cool. You are kind of right in the trees at this point. Cool. Anything else on your go you would like to do?
No, I'm done. I'm good.
Marvelous. Okay. Legendary action time. The creature is going to spit poison each creature within 10 foot. So that is Valka, displace a flower, Shadow. I don't think Veracity is in that range. Cool. Can I get a Constitution saving throw from all of those, please?
6.
Lovely.
You... Well, that was a nat 1 for an 8.
Oh.
Ended.
19.
19. Joe, you succeeded. Well done. You take half damage. Total damage was 14 points of poison. It kind of hawks back its foreheads and at all of you. Somehow managing to get to displace a flower through the mud. This is Imagination Land. Anything can happen. Those of you who did not succeed, you're also considered poisoned. Now, that means that you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Mm-hmm.
That ends the creature's legendary action. Falca, how's it going? What are you going to do?
It's real great. Valka's looking real healthy.
Marvellous. That's how we like it.
She's having a wet. No, she's not having a good time.
Is she cross?
She is very
Is she beyond it? Yeah, okay.
She's, well, so cross that she's going to rage as a bonus action. Yep. She's really miffed. That being said, given everything that's going on, it seems that having more things next to it to bite other than her might be a good idea. So she's going to reach down to her waist and pull up a little, like a drinking horn.
Oh, do tell us what happens.
And she's going to blow into it. And it's a horn of Valhalla. And 3 3d4 plus 3 warrior spirits are going to appear.
Okay, you're tracking all of those. I'm so excited. If you feel the need to roll it, let us know how many you get, and let us know at some point, don't have to be right now, what their names are, because I'm intrigued.
Okay, so that's 8 warrior spirits.
Okay,
8 berserkers have appeared.
Right. Cool. Let us know how they're dressed as well. This is quite the occasion.
I think they are. They look like El Rivola tribe people, so it's a similar sort of furs and spike. Valka isn't wearing furs at the moment because it's quite warm here, but the classic Valka mini that had like furs and spikes, it's that sort of look to it.
Cool. Are they aged? Are they quite young? Like what's the vibe?
Yeah, I think there's a mix. I think there's the majority of them are aged, and there's a few younger ones, almost as if that's how they looked when they passed.
Okay, this is a somber moment. I need us all to just take a little minute to appreciate this. Carry on, Falcon.
The ancestors are with us.
They're here.
Firm. Physical firm? they are very firm, but also physical form.
Again,
okay.
The Gusuk brain comes out once more. Carry on, Nat.
Yes.
And
I think, she just blows the horn and says, I think we're in need of assistance. And all of these berserkers suddenly appear around.
They kind of run out of the forest, kind of passing Demi. Demi, you just see these 8 berserkers run towards Valka from nowhere. Think Lord of the Rings style with the army of the dead. Yeah,
it's a great.
On that note, can they be called Keely, Feely, Dory, Nori?
Ori. Sure. Unless Valka has any pet names for them, of course.
I mean, they should really have sort of Cod Scandi Nordic names, but we'll go. Sure, that's fine. Right. So
many pets.
That's the end of my turn. I have
Okay.
both bonused and actioned, but now it is the berserker's turn, I guess. Wait, let me check. Yeah, that's fine. It's just if I don't have proficiency with all simple weapons, they might attack me, but I do, so I think we're okay.
So when's their go? Is it right now?
I didn't actually say when they go in the turn. I'm assuming it's just after me.
Please, right now. No pressure.
Cool. And we have them for a whole hour, by the way. So.
Oh, the boys are here. I'm so excited.
Come on, team.
We're going to go on a night out after this. I'm so excited.
This soundtrack right now is The Boys Are Back in Town.
Yes.
Right, okay. So, I mean, they don't have a lot of AC or much, but at least there's more bodies. So I guess they're all going to attack. They
roll once for all of them, or you can roll for every single one.
They get to attack recklessly, berserkers, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Can gain advantage on all melee weapon attacks during that roll, but yeah. So it's basically they attack recklessly, and it's a +5 to hit. I guess we'll see how if the first one is terrible. I'd rather not take it for all of them. But
okay, we'll do them all individually. Sorry.
Yeah, because that was an 11.
Okay, nope.
For one. Okay, so that's a 22 for number 2.
That's one.
No, that one doesn't go. That one, no, doesn't go. No, okay, so one of them's doing really well. That was four.
Come on, Ori.
Oh my goodness, these are terrible. 5. Okay, yeah, another one. So that's 6 rolls. 2 of them have hit so far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a natural 20 for one of them.
Nice.
That's 3 out of 8. Wait, what have I just done? No, 3 out of 8 hit. There we go. Cool. And one of them was a crit.
All right, we'll do that crit last. So roll the first 2 damages.
So that's D12. So one of them does 11 plus 3 is, 14.
Mm-hmm.
And it is all slashing, unfortunately, but...
Hey, we'll deal with the consequences later.
You're going to die!
Well, look, I can only do slashing damage as well. And the other one does
the
10.
Berserker. I love it. Okay.
10 slashing
and
damage.
Let's do that critical... Killy, or Philly, we'll say, is doing this critical.
Right. So is that double dice double dice plus double bonus?
Double dice, just with the one bonus.
Cool. 9 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 3 is 20.
Okay. I'm just going to do some maths. Hold up.
Barbarian maths. Berserker maths.
Okay, one of the other heads falls off.
Yeah.
Nice. Splatters into the ground, but as it does, all of the berserkers, Valka, the Flower Beast, and Shadow, you're going to take some acid damage. Now, this is for 3 hits. I've got 14 for the first, 9 for the second.
Shadow evaporates.
Sorry, Shadow. And let's see the final. I have 16 on the final.
16 damage.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very, very down. I'm not max HP down though, thankfully.
Are you unconscious?
Oh, yes.
Noted.
Nobody sees, but the beast disappear.
Got you. The creature, the Hydra, has no idea. It still thinks that there's something there. It's putting it off. Cool. Okay.
Sorry, can you just remind me what that was in total? It was 14 plus...
Oh, I
9
don't have
plus the last one.
It was 39 in total.
39 in total.
Ouch.
And they all have...
Thanks, Rebecca.
67.
That was
Good.
such a,
I cannot do that. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
that was such a Carol Vorderman moment, and I loved it.
Sorry.
That was like, no, I loved it. No, it helped me because I've lost them off the bottom of the screen.
There's all of the berserkers take that as well, don't they?
Correct.
Cool.
They are all
That's fine.
surrounding it. Cool. I'm assuming the berserkers stay up, even though you are. I mean, I'll roll with it. That's fine by me. They've already been summoned. I don't.
It
feel like that's
doesn't
connected to
say.
you.
They return to Valhalla after 1 hour or when they drop to 0 hit points.
Got you. Okay, let's see how many of the boys we can keep for the night out. Marvelous. Cool. That ends your go, Valka. That ends the. Yeah. We move over to Veracity.
Right. Can I roll a wisdom save?
Of course you can. What for?
To see if Veracity remembers Demi saying, "Don't worry, I promise none of you are going to die," or if she panics and instantly stops attacking and heals Valka.
I'm going to shout at you. Do what you do best, Rusty. It's fine. I've got it.
That is over 10, so I think that's enough for Veracity to...
What's your DC?
Oh, I was setting it for myself, so I just went under 10, over 10.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I'm going to scream angrily and charge it whilst casting Scorching Ray at level 4. So there will be 5 Scorching Rays.
As Joe would say, when in Thay.
Okay.
Yeah, you roll all of those individually.
I have a plus 11 for each of them.
Cool. Just let me know if they're over 20. Or 20 or higher. That is the natural 20.
5 dice. There were 3 natural 20s, a nat 19, and then and then 14. I'm just going to take a photo.
Okay, have you ever been have you ever been to a casino, Rebecca? Because I feel like you need to.
Scratch cards.
Sure, you're not playing a halfling.
I'm annoyingly, slightly morally against gambling, so this luck is going to waste forever. I know.
I love it.
Photo being taken.
I trust you. It's fine.
I know, but I
feel like for posterity, though.
If you feel the need, however, to roll all of those dice on an online thing for all of the damage, please do. Unless you have that many to hand.
I mean, I have a lot, but also no, I will roll it on my app. So that is 10d6 as a base, and then another 3d6, 13d6, right? Because it's 2d6.
You double all the rays, so it'd be another 6 on top, so it'd be 16.
Double. Yes, 16. Thank you.
So double the rays or double the dice?
Double the dice, but 2d6 per
each ray is worth 2d6.
Oh, I see.
2d6.
Fine. Yep.
Plus the crits as well.
Yeah.
That's in. That's the 16.
Right. That's
okay. We said 16d6, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's a maximum of 96 if that goes well. Let's find.
All right, Carol.
Wait for your luck.
That would outright kill me.
Don't point it at
That is 69.
Nice.
Nice.
Marvelous. It doesn't do as much damage as you would hope.
It still does some, right?
Correct. Let me just. I can't do maths right now.
You need that
There's so
feat
much.
that means that if they have resistance, it doesn't affect your damage.
I have a feat that I think I've been ignoring that means I ignore resistance to fire damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one.
George gave me a feat.
Elemental adept.
Is it?
Elemental adept fire.
It is, but George tweaked it because it's cooler. George made me.
Okay, just let us know what it is.
I ignore resistance to fire damage.
Okay, is it like a once a day or is it just constant?
I
Is it
can
same
use
as
4 times per long rest.
Nice.
Well, that's less good
amazing.
than elemental adept, I think.
Cool. Okay. Would you like to ignore resistance right now?
I would love to ignore resistance right now, please.
Sure, you do that. The creature looks stunned by this. Not only does it lose one head, it loses another. There's only one head remaining on this creature. It has 1 HP left. I'm just going to tell you. It's not looking too happy about its own life. Veracity, anything else on your go? Do you want to tell us how much fire? What does it look like? What's going on with you right now?
Veracity is pewing fire.
There's like this tornado of fire around you as your arms are flailing and bolts are coming out of them.
Yes, I think the fire strikes is still lingering with the tornado of fire that fell, and then cutting through that perpendicular, there are the jets of fire coming out of Veracity's hand. She is angry. There's probably literal fire in her eyes. Valka is unconscious. People are going to die.
It takes up 69 points of damage. Sorry.
If it only has 1 hit point left,
it's not looking well at all.
Can I just go and thwack it with my staff?
Sure. Roll to thwack.
It is my magical staff of the woodland, so it is slightly higher to hit than normal. If this is a d20, I'm going home. And it is 22 to hit, non-annulled.
22 will hit. Roll your damage.
Are you
It's
not already
D6.
at home? Like playing somewhere else tonight?
Yes, that thing. It is a d6 plus 1, so that is a grand total of 6 points of damage.
And I'm going to say the smallest person here. Joe, you're still quite tall, but Veracity's the smallest. There's been so much fire, so much energy swirling around you. The fire slightly leaves your eyes, although you're still quite cross. You stomp through the mud towards that creature. The one remaining head kind of leers down towards you. You just bonk it on the head. The creature sways, rocks, and falls into the mud, unmoving. Well done, everyone. You have defeated the Murkendraw Hydra.
I'll run over to Valka and cast Cure Wounds.
Amazing. Valka. Just before you come back to the land of the living, Valka, as you passed out, you open your eyes to a mist and you see all of your family, your ancestors around you. The ones that guide and watch you, they're there with you in this moment. Your mother stands proudly to your left, offering out a hand to help you up from the ground. Come on, love, come with me. No use lying around, is there?
Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit lost.
Of course you did, love. And before you just pick up her hand, another hand extends to you, to the right. And as your eyes slowly turn, you see your mother again. Don't listen to her, love. She'll betray you, if she's not done so already. Love, where did you get that from?
What?
And she nods towards your axe.
You gave it to me.
No, I didn't.
What?
The rest of your ancestors disappear into the mist, leaving you alone with the 2 identical versions of Runa Heartsong, your mother. The first Runa on your left, the first one, she kneels to you. You see her face smile, then disappear into the mist. You see Drusilda before you. She says, "Oh, this is fun. Valka, we are bound, you and I, to one another.
What?
We'll have fun." A flick of her wrist, the sound of porcelain cracking slightly, and you awaken to Demi looking over you as Cure Wounds is cast.
You get 29 points of...
Nice, thanks.
Oh, wait. No, where did she go? Mom! Mother!
I'm not your mother.
Oh, no, sorry. The Hydra. Are we...
Gone? You're like sparking slightly with lightning.
Oh, you did your... Thank you. Oh, dear. It's just going to sit there looking a bit agog.
Demi, in your mind, you hear after casting that spell. Very good. Keep that up.
It wasn't for you.
I can't hear you, Em.
It wasn't for you.
What are you all doing?
Veracity will, as soon as Demi's done his job and Veracity won't be getting in the way, will sprint and like worm her way into Valka's like lap and give her the biggest bear hug back she can manage. She is trying to do the like, I've got you, it's okay. There's just a bit of a size disparity.
Love. Valka's just kind of, again, looking a little bit out of it and just patting Veracity.
You're all right. You've been unconscious before. It's okay. You'll be fine. Demi's really, really good at healing people. You'll be all right. You don't normally look like this. What's wrong?
No, it's okay. It took me out of it a bit, is all. I was surprised to... Oh, you're all still here. Good. Hello. To the various berserkers.
Yeah, they're like, hey, what's up? They're kind of like bros. They're just hanging out. Giselle, you sort of descend to the ground to this scene of all these new people, these quite buff dudes. Mr. Chigglesby is in your arms at this point. He has been screaming this entire time. I'm just letting you know. And as you slowly sort of descend to the ground, he then stops and composes himself. Well, I thank you. All of you. Even you. And he looks at all the ancestors, all of the bros, and he's very confused about where they came from. You came out of the forest very majestically.
They do that. I have your wife? Your wife's boot?
Dearest Crustacea?
She's all right.
I have your watch. Was your wife trying to murder you and steal your watch, by the way?
I hope not, no. We just came out for a stroll and, well, I got picked up by that thing. And he motions over to where the nest is sort of slumped on the mud.
Is
the egg is kind of...
Yeah, do we need to... Yes, someone crack that, please.
But it's a baby.
Joe was kind of strolled down by this point.
That's fine.
Go on, Joe. What's going on? Oh, you've just descended.
Just strolling down.
Got you.
I'm kind of with Demi on this one. I think they've got a point.
It is a baby monster, isn't it? That's going to grow up and go. Okay.
Can anyone reach it to Sally? Can you fly over?
The creature's kind of bobbing on the surface. You would be able to step on up.
I'm gonna... Well, first of all, Demi, are we taking one of the heads?
What for?
Well, we said we will take in one of the heads to investigate. I mean, we don't have to, but it would be fun just to see what's.
Yeah, no, I'm up for it. We should take
I
all.
believe
We
for
should
academic
take.
purposes.
We should take all of them though, because then we can compare the differences between them.
Oh, that's very true.
They're quite big.
Maybe the berserkers can help us with that. Well, I go and fetch the egg.
They're like, dude, totally, I'll totally reach that up for you. And they kind of mosey on up, cut the last one off, and look really proud of themselves for having got a head of a hydra in their arms.
Good work, boys.
Yes.
No problem.
Should we be, setting fire to the rest of it so it don't, just regenerate again?
Does it do that?
I don't know.
Make a nature check with advantage.
Do you not
Joe.
think Veracity just put so much fire into it that even if it wanted to regenerate, it's not happening.
I can set fire to the nest from here if that helps, so no one has to go back over.
My nature with advantage is 13.
Given that the heads are being taken away, and given the amount of damage that it took, and given that it may have taken some divine, celestial, whatever it's called, damage, it will not come back.
Hooray.
Probably all right.
Do you want me to just torch the nest?
Do what you do best, love.
Yeah, I mean, did no one want the egg for science or anything?
I already have the egg.
One heck of an omelette if it is.
Okay. I cast a second level scorching ray and set the nest on fire.
Cool. The nest goes up in flames. Sally, are you keeping that egg to take with you?
Mhm.
Okay, fine. All right. So you are with your bros. They have heads that are not their own. Sally has an egg. Demi, I assume, is kind of inspecting these heads as they're being carried by the bros. You also have a Mr. Chigglesby. And all of you begin to make your way back through the jungle towards the plaza. And that is where we're going to stop for today. Thanks, everybody. And thanks, everyone, for joining us, being part of the muddy bog carnage that was tonight's show. If you enjoyed tonight, thank you for watching. The next Monday show will be Anarchy in the Astral Sea, DM'd by M. M, do you want to tell us the gist? What's going on?
There's a bunch of grung on a spaceship flying around the Astral Sea causing chaos. And I do mean chaos.
Yes.
Sounds like an M show.
And if that isn't a reason to watch, I don't know what is. Thank you. That's going to be every Monday from 6 p.m. UK, 10 a.m. Pacific. We are playing every Tuesday, also from 6 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Pacific. Same time on Fridays, we have Talk Together, our chat show where we interview our players, DMs, and other TTRPG industry voices. You might see Nat, you might see Rebecca, you might even see Tom or Chris, or someone else interviewing someone else, or just chatting to them for an hour and a half, like Chris did with Sam. Who will win the badge of timekeeping? Probably not Chris or Sam. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/RollTogetherRPG, and you can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/RollTogetherRPG. There are also podcast versions of our shows available everywhere. Just search for us. You know what to search for. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. There will be a link in chat. Do join them. Every penny helps us make the content that we do. They set up a fandom wiki for us and also sorted out a fan Discord. We love them. We have Dice Head merch on Amazon too. Do check that out. Again, look at the links. Big thanks again to our sponsors Hero Forge, Ultra Pro, and Elderwood Academy, and our supporters D&D Beyond, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, Warriors of Waterdeep, Level Up Dice, and others. Don't forget, we are all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Thank you for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.